There's my cutie.
Everybody Baby shark baby shark baby shark baby shark. Welcome to the show.
Yay.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Tridorks.
Welcome.
My name is Coop Cheese, and today, unfortunately, we don't have a Death Envoy, which is rather sad. However, we do have a Dash Magnum and a Sasha Paz. Would you like to introduce
Hello.
yourselves?
Hello, I'm Dash Magnum, back again for more.
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Sasha Paz, and I get roped into this every week apparently.
Roped into? You are doing this willingly.
I know.
Don't create
The
this
downside of
facade.
volunteering.
Don't create a lie.
Jeez,
build
way to
up
ruin
that,
comedic effect.
Build up that heat.
So, today we're going to be talking about
A boat.
the theme for today is called How to Play, which is going to be a fusion of how to draw, because I'm going to do a tutorial on how to draw Tina.
Awesome.
And
Looking forward to that.
it's going to be pretty easy, and that's where you guys get to kind of basically take a little bit of a break, and I dominate the first third.
No problem.
And then after that, we're going to discuss some of our favorite game tutorials and teaching the player methods. And that could be from video games, or that could be, good old-fashioned manuals. That could be, hey, I just got a box of Jumanji, and I could read that manual if you want. Or,
It sounds more entertaining than the Canadian Charter of Rights, even though, I've actually read that.
So we got options.
4 and many moose ago. And then the third hour.
Said to me,
Hey, you want to go fishing?
And then the third hour, practice. Why do some games hold your hand, some don't, and how that teaches, basically, essentially, how to do life. So it's like, there's more to games than it just being entertainment. Now, granted, there are games that are simply entertainment. You want to turn your brain off, and that's the same thing with films and any form of media.
So
books.
the difference between your Final Fantasies and your Candy Crushes.
Yeah, pretty much. But even Candy Crushes can be just kind of menial, like little practice, almost like your
That's exactly it.
like your Sudoku and whatnot. But then you have just your dumb old I can't even say Mario is like a dumb check your brain off at the door. You have to focus on that game.
Depends on who you are, sure.
Well, I mean, it also depends on what stage and level you're at,
Mm-hmm.
Some people are better at different tasks than others, which is why they keep Mario fairly diverse. So
Sure.
but yeah, that's going to be the fun topic of the day, and I am struggling to set up my drawing program.
Sounds like a you problem.
It's a YouTube problem.
Sounds like an OBS instead of Streamlabs program.
Nope, it's just I was talking too much and not actually doing the thing that I should have been doing.
I was right.
That's okay.
It's not a YouTube problem. It is a Coop problem.
Shut the fuck.
I was right the first time. You little liar.
Sash, if you wouldn't mind posting the link into the furriness.
I will do that. I will
Thank
take this link and tweet it and
Thank you. Thank
Discord
you.
everywhere.
Clip
You
Studio.
go!
Here we go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Wow. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah. Have a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
I don't know if we have any viewers at the present moment, but we will eventually.
Checking.
Got to keep it going. Got to keep it going.
We have one watcher, but I think that might be
I
cool.
don't know if we have any viewers at the present.
Wow! I just suddenly heard an echo.
It was a very late echo.
Yeah, it was.
Probably because it's streaming.
So we are streaming. Gosh dang it! I thought I set it up right.
You set what up right?
I thought I set up the manage live and scheduled streams.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still just simply showing the old logo.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the channel after this stream.
Yeah,
That's something we need to address.
I thought I did this 2 hours ago, and it's still giving me trouble. So,
Something's up.
hey, you know what? It's still it's a work. It's a work in progress. You know. I mean,
Yeah. Again, people, it humanizes us, makes us seem human.
yeah. So
Where we all know Coop is definitely not human.
I'm sorry. I'm not what?
You're not human. You're superhuman.
No, I'm a lizard people.
Oh no, the secret's out.
Okay, no, actually, I lied. I'm a Time Lord.
Okay, that's fine then.
I am the
I can
doctor.
accept that one.
I am the doctor, and you're a git. I apologize for that one. That was inappropriate. So while we're still rocking,
You're
while we're
right.
still-
We do have to apologize about appropriativeness, given how Ed is in here.
I don't have to apologize for appropriateness.
Only when Death Envoy's around.
Only when Death Envoy is around do I have to apologize and make it annoyingly so because he's also Canadian.
Exactly.
I mean, that adds up. That adds up.
Yep. We still have a few episodes that we need to do in the future. Hey guys, how was the last few days? You know, of one's life.
Busy.
Busy, yeah.
Busy. Lots of
Yeah.
work.
My room is in disarray.
That sounds familiar to me.
That sounds like
in
a
my
common
situation.
occurrence.
I went fishing,
Ooh.
and it was like the perfect day to go fishing. Okay,
Cool.
the moon was full. The wind was right. The tide was up, and at this point of year, the waters are warm. There is no reason why I should not have been able to catch a fish.
Or multiple.
Or multiple fish. Just one fish. All I wanted was a fish.
I just wanted my fish.
But was the moon in your eye like a big pizza pie?
That's amore.
No.
Maybe that was the problem. That's why you caught no more
Unfortunately, because of the fact the day was so warm, we had a heavy overcast from the surf that evening.
Mm-hmm.
And because this is one of the last weekends of the before people go back to college,
Oh yeah.
everyone was partying. So it was nothing but noise. It was constantly packed. Like, it just the fish were scared. Like, it would have been great if I was out deeper into the ocean, but not on the freaking pier.
Right.
I'm just like, I can't, and I'm looking over, and no one else is catching anything. I went to 3 different piers.
Oh,
No
dang.
one caught a damn thing. And it's like everything, like all the stars were lined up. It should have been perfect.
Hashtag rant.
I'm just trying to, take up time while we.
That's fine.
While we,
I'm
Don't
sorry.
apologize.
I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying.
You just said, I'm sorry, I have to.
That was
step out."
me.
No, you apologized for him for Coop having a difficult time fishing, which was completely acceptable. Coop apologizing for trying to get things sorted. That's just annoying.
Sorted.
Figured out. Set up. Done.
All right, where's the? Oh, you already have the link right there. Very cool. Oh, you couldn't even just give me like the simple one.
There's a simple one.
Wait. No. Is that actually going to take us to? Is that link actually going to take us to? Nope. It still says waiting for Coop cheese. Cut that one.
Let me try something else then.
I'm using this one. I'm doing this one. I don't care. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go right now. Copy, paste. Yeah, yeah, we know. I got it. No shit, Sherlock. We got the goods. You got the money because I got the goods.
Strawberry scented stickers. These will do nicely.
I freaking love
Unikitty.
Unikitty is amazing.
Thank you for that, by the way.
It was. You need to at least rent it. I mean, I own the entire thing on YouTube and I can't share it with you, but it's so good. Unikitty is so good. I think I just posted it into media. Doing how-tos, drawing, and talk about tutorials.
I have
Why
a
is
tweet
it all in
said,
caps?
Because bananas.
Doing how-tos, how-to draws, and and talking about tutorials. Meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Okay, so if for whatever reason Undertale does not come up in this, given the title, I am going to be sorely sad.
I mean, way to give away one of the things I was going to bring up, but sure.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry!
Congratulations. You
There's a
just...
little sneak peek, a little spoiler for
Okay.
later on. That's one of the ones I wanted to bring up, but thank you.
Spoilers. See, this needs to be discussed ahead of time.
That's
so
okay.
that doesn't happen.
It's spontaneous.
Draw and
It feels like a real conversation. Sort of.
You're a real conversation.
Tutorials.
Oh, yeah.
Gaming.
There we go.
Blah,
I just posted my Twitter link. If you share that, that'll give everybody the heads up, the link to the show, as well as a list of the hosts.
Go to the Twitter. Go to the Twitter. Go to the Twitter. Go to the Twitter.
Woohoo!
Let's tweet. Let's tweet this. I almost typed in "let's tweet this" in Google.
Love it.
Oh boy, I am a perfect nutcase right now.
We're professionals.
Perfect!
Speaking of professionals, just a really quick shout out to our sponsor, True Apparel One, at True Apparel One, also on Twitter at True Apparel One. That's at TruApparel1. They do nerd and gaming centric apparel. You can also contact them on Facebook and Instagram. If you don't have any artwork readily available for them, why don't you just come to us here at the show? You can actually see it being drawn right in front of you, so you can tell me what to do and what not to do. So there we go. How's that for an answer? $15. You get your own little design, then you can send it over to them with super comfy clothing. Unless you already have the artwork, then you can just go directly to them and have them print it out. So, whatever.
Well, why not send your hard-earned money to Coop? Because he's
Yes. Coop deserves it.
I appreciate that, you guys. Aw, he's so nice.
good. Got a note from the Peanut Gallery here from These Memes Suck, a perfect 6 IQ gang. And don't you forget it.
You got the wait? Is that the right link, Sash?
Which one now?
Because it shows the Tridorks logo and not the other logo. Oh yep, yep. Nope. It's good. That's the right one.
Cool.
Retweet. Y'all get out there, retweet this. So we have at
Retweet.
Sasha Paz, SASHAPAWZ, and then you have me, Coop Cheese.
Choose ads. You spelled it wrong.
What?
PAWZZ.
No, it's just one Z in this one. Check your
Why?
check your Twitter. Yes.
Oh, so I did.
You fellio.
Huh. But my link is officially Twitch. Oh, that's my Twitch. Never mind.
Yep. At
Oh, shut up.
SASHAPAWZ.
Haha, he said it.
I'm trying. You know, I'm trying.
It doesn't go unappreciated.
Profile. I am at COOP_CHEESE. And I just retweeted that as well. You can see some artwork that I've done on there. And alright, I think we can start to get this started.
There we go.
Sure.
Alright, so let's almost there. Actually, almost there. Because I need to get the right window link. I need to get the right window link for the show. And adding of it, window capture, adding it, and then I'll be ready to go. Ha! See, I made it work.
Nice.
Good job.
Watch us rebuild the airplane mid-flight.
I can do a thing.
Oh, you did the thing.
I did a thing.
Yeah, did a do.
Sorry, folks for all the stuff. All right, enough apologies. Enough apologies. Let's rock and
You're an
roll.
apology.
Your face is an apology.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't even follow through with the proper response.
I didn't want to. I wanted to let you fumble. I figured that was enough payback.
Oh, here we go.
Not
Things are
that
happening.
one. There's another clip studio. Where is it? I don't seem to get it. No, I don't get it. Where is it? Where is it? I'm a professional. I'm a professional streamer. Yay!
No, you're not professional till you make cash. As soon as you make anything upwards of $5, you're officially professional.
I have done so in the past.
With your streaming?
Yes.
Well, there we go. You are a professional.
See?
That's what he said.
I told you.
Shut up. I didn't know. This is information he withholds from me.
Oh, dang.
I'm so sorry. Oh, wow. Okay. Apparently, your face is on the stream.
Whose?
Yours.
Mine.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
What did you do to me? And why?
Oh wait, no, never
Why?
mind. That's just the That's just the Skype window.
I was about to say, like, I'm looking at the screen, like, where? How? What did he?
No, that
Where?
was just the.
Okay. No worries. No,
Wow.
it's good. We're fine. We're fine. We're good.
Oh,
There
Great.
we go. There we
We're
go.
all great
Hold on,
here.
let me see.
How are you?
We're doing just fine now here. Thank you. How are you?
Who is this? What is your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway. Okay. Can you see the mouse moving?
No, but I see a cursor moving.
Shut the butt up.
Hey,
There we
just
are.
being
Yep.
honest.
Okay.
There's
So
a-
then- So it should still have part of our names and the logo, but
Yep.
does it have all of our names?
Has all 4 of them.
Even though Ed's not, even though
He's here in spirit.
he's
Ed's
yes,
here.
Death
I can
Fanboy
hear
is here
him
in spirit.
cursing in
He's-
the back of my ear.
Bitch, that.
Bullshit, cornhole.
That.
There it is.
All right, okie dokie.
And it always
Like we
sounds like
never
he's like-
lost Death Envoy.
Always sounds like he's 3 meters away from his microphone. I don't know why.
It's because he is 3 meters from his microphone. All right,
wow.
so, ladies and gentlemen, I am doing a little tutorial here on how to draw, and I'm going to use Tina as my basis for how to draw.
Yes, folks, he's drawing me. Don't ask why.
I'll tell you why.
Don't do this.
You're practically my Mickey Mouse, okay? All right. So then, if you're not familiar with drawing, a lot of things can
If
be
you gotta go
done.
with a staple of a franchise, then like, I'm surprised you didn't pick the clearer choice.
As everybody knows, if you're familiar to drawing, everything can be easily. Hello, there we go, mouse. There we go. Can easily be constructed with very simple shapes. And there's a lot of implications. Like, for example, I didn't finish the lines in the background, as you can see here in the squares. That's implying that it's in the background, whereas I'm definitely filling out in the front, because that's the foreground. And this is kind of showing 3D imagery of the cone, and you can decide what your choice is on which is the background and the foreground for the circle elements. I'm actually going to say this is the front end. So we have, say, a light source. Ding.
Boo, 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 boo.
And then we have a ball.
Never a dull moment.
And then we just kind of, you know, when you look at a ball, especially with a light source, it's a rounded image. You're going to have a little bit of shine wherever the vantage point is, and also depending on what the material is used with. Now,
Shine advantage.
now notice how I didn't actually completely shade out the back the side of the ball. That's because that balls being a rounded image, actually, light, oddly enough, does actually curve. And okay, what was that? Not entirely sure.
What'd you do?
I don't know. My tablet just wigged out on me.
Are
But
you using Windows?
Yeah.
That was your first
So,
problem.
I'm just looking at a sphere here, and so the darkest point is actually not going to be at the edge. It's going to be right around here. And then you can start to define where the actual shadow is. Now the darkest point of this shadow is going to be right in here.
The hedgehog.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk about the hedgehog.
I thought we were gonna use me.
Yeah, just a second. Give me a sec. So, Sonic 2 definitely pulled something off. They got this... come on, work with me here. Wow. I actually did that fairly well.
Yeah, you did.
And
Nice.
there's a little bit of flash because most of the time, depending on where Sonic is facing, if he's facing this way or that way, like it's going to always be the same kind of ball. It's always going to have the same kind of lighting. So because the light actually in the game comes from above. They just made it easy that way because, quite frankly, for game design, it's easier just to have a sprite that can be flipped back and forth. And you see some shadow and spin, and maybe a little bit of dark dash because the eye is really kind of funny how it registers light or not. So they actually really designed this very well to be able to be flipped back and forth no matter what you do.
Woo, woo.
And that's basically the charge attack, you know? There
Yep.
it is.
Yep, there's the super spin dash. Spin
Yep.
dash, yeah. That's the word.
The spin dash.
Compound word.
All
Make
right.
them 7 colors, you get a rainbow dash.
Ah.
To all you bronies out there, peace. All right. So let's talk about Tina. Let's talk about building a person.
Yeah.
First, you go to Kmart, look for the blue light special.
Shut the butt up.
Oh, come on,
I'm
that's where we
sorry.
all came from. We know it.
What just happened? Okay, something is screwing right up.
Oh.
How did I get to white? What the? My tablet's doing something that I don't know what's going on. Either that or I hit a button that.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like a PEBCAC error.
Anyway, so
Problem exists between chair and keyboard.
human figure. You got a head. This is how I do it. This is how I learned it. I actually learned it from Marvel. 'Cause I
Well,
had a
everyone
book-
has their own unique style, right?
I had a book that was called How to Draw Marvel Style. And I took a lot of inspiration from them, but then I added a lot more inspiration from anime, and I also drew a lot of, or I also read a lot of comics from, like Sunday morning comics, you know?
Sure. Your funny papers.
Yeah, your funnies. I love Charlie Brown. Peanuts are great. Garfield was always a joy. Now, it's interesting trying to understand the female figure, and to be honest, like, it takes a lot of studying the female figure,
Sure.
which, some people
Doesn't have to be lewd.
It doesn't have to be lewd, but it helps to. It does, honestly. Like, that's why in art classes they have, nude models so that you could learn to draw the figure, because you want to learn to draw the figure before you apply clothing to them.
Because clothing is just draped over the figure anyways.
Exactly. So they teach you how to draw the figure, how to draw the drapery, and then you can start to put it together. And then what you want to do is constantly practice. Here, I'm going to do something here. Practice different styles, practice styles that you really enjoy, and apply them. For
What's
example,
your golden rule about copying, Coop?
Oh, yes. Let me tell you something about copying.
Mm-hmm.
Practice,
one of
practice,
Kirby's
practice.
main abilities.
Some people have told me that, like, oh, I don't copy. That's just wrong. I'm like, well, as long as you don't sell it.
Or claim it as your own.
Or claim it as your own. Exactly. So...
Credit the original author.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with practicing from the greats.
Oh yeah. In fact, even professionals use reference material.
All the time.
I was watching a YouTube video. They had two people who were stand-ins for Ariel and Eric in the old Disney Little Mermaid movie, doing the scenes. They would videotape them, and then they'd use those for their animation references. Disney, the biggest you can get.
The
Use
original
reference material.
mocap.
Yeah.
The original mocap.
Yep.
I'm just gonna add a little bit of a nose bit thing there. Darken that up. I'm gonna say that the light's coming from this direction.
It's Bitterpod.
Yeah. A little bit of shine. And the reason why I can do this is because I read a lot of Spider-Man. And I drew a lot of Spider-Man. And I drew directly from the comics. I followed the comics and I drew them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Seriously. Because, okay, look, classic artists back in the day, all the way from, and it doesn't matter if you're drawing or doing music or whatnot. I might actually also finish this bit here. This actually
You
looks
you can't create a masterpiece if you don't know what you're doing to begin with. So you learn from those who have perfected their craft, or those who are better at their craft than you are, and learn from their skill level.
Well, what I was gonna say is that back in the day, the artists actually used to say it was more so during the Romantic era, but the artists would actually have their own schools, and there came a point where people who are studying art history and also appraisals, they have to decide if the original drawing is the original drawing or original painting of said artist, or if it was actually done by one of their students, because that's how they made their money. Their students actually they'd learn how to paint based off of the artist, and then the artist would then resell those, basically like prints.
Yeah.
So I did this. So if you didn't notice, I started with a circle, basic shapes. You see all these basic shapes?
All the basic shapes.
All the basic shapes. That's
all
kind of
shapes,
a really dumb-looking boob.
All your shapes.
There we go. That's much better. So
dinner is avoided.
So we're coming together here. You notice how I do a lot of really simple lines and designs. The main reason is that gives you a form, and also I've kind of fit myself into a style that really works for me, which, like I said, is a fusion between anime and Marvel. And I feel like a lot of people have been falling into something like that. But I like my really harsh, simple designs because it's quick to do. And I always wanted to be a cartoonist. So when it
Quick
comes
and dirty is how you get it done.
yeah, so keep it simple, keep it quick. Now
If you're
there are
spending
other people.
hours
There was
upon
okay.
hours
If
on
actually, if I may stop for a brief moment, there was a moment in. I went to the Anime Expo down here in Southern California, and they had a panel where you'd show your art portfolio, and I had all those like poster quality artworks, right? And I would show that to them, and they're like, "This is great," but it was who was it? It was actually for RJ. Who's the leading company in crafting manga for the States?
You talking Tokyo Pop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
They had a panel, and they were looking for other artists that maybe they could feature in the future. And I had these, really solid, like, swooping images, like basically cover art quality stuff. And they're like, this is great, but can you actually show us, like, character? Can you show us that, like, these characters are alive? Because they look super stale. Is this what you want to do with your life? And I'm like, wow, what? Wait, really? And they're like, yeah, no, this is kind of sad for us to see because you're definitely talented, but nothing here that you're showing us is of, like, storytelling quality. And it didn't necessarily break my heart, but it taught me something, showing that you need to have a more simplistic design, simplistic style, and then be able to quickly show emotion and character. And that's what I got out of it. I was hurt at the time, and trust me, if you're a young artist trying to grow and become better, things like that are going to hurt. You will be shot down
Before you learn really what constructive criticism is and how to properly handle it.
Correct.
That's an important difference. Being shot down and having constructive criticism are two wildly different things.
Now, I'm drawing this really, really quickly, but I should actually be doing this in a more constructive way.
You are doing it quickly, but it's still, you can see your methodology behind it here.
So, for example, I want to show... let me see if I can get a darker image here. No, it's a little too... maybe a little bit more gray. So, when I draw Tina, there's a lot of basic circles. A lot of basic circles. The only thing that's not circular is her torso. Or her upper torso.
Right.
Now, I'm doing a more angry Tina. If I were to do, like, a more basic Tina... or like a happier Tina... I'd have, say, okay, we got the head, we got the lines to show. Okay, so this is kind of how we break up the face. All right, so those are the eyes. That's where the nose goes, and then you have the eyes, and then I can do things like, oh, that's the outline of the basic part of the eye that most people understand, kind of like the eyeliner. And it actually works best if you do the same kind of thing if you're facing a certain angle, to do it the same way. So, like, this way and this way. It would just look weird the other way around.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now I'm seeing kind of like a kind of a look there. Like, okay, this is kind of a thing. And I just got used to drawing this figure for the hair. So
It looks good though.
and then a little bit of a flick. And then 3 little ticks. Doot, doot, doot. A little bit of the ear pops out. The ear would be about, now you want the head to be a little bit farther out because that's how the head works. That's why I say it's like you need to really take a look at, you need to just draw off of real life, or take like those, you know, not fashion magazines, but like those oh, what do you call them, like those catalogs. Just draw from those. Yeah, just draw from those, man. Those
Nice,
are, yeah, those are great. And then
Sears used to be a great listing of catalogs you could use to get information and model poses.
And then take your favorite kind of cartoons, your favorite animes, or whatever style that you want to emulate, and try to apply that. But you definitely want to practice doing real life. And that's the thing about art, is that you just always want to be practicing. Always. I like to add a little tick at the bottom, kind of just to show where the lips are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see here. I'm currently using Clip Studio Paint EX. Let me see if I actually paid for this. Oh, there's the eyedropper. Do I want the eyedropper?
I paid for this, but I don't quite know how to use it yet.
That's true. You are not wrong. So as you can see, I did a lot of study on also Animaniacs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Another good one.
Like the characters are right there are also very, very simple in build, and pay very close attention to their eyes. Is what I would say, because like that's how I basically learned, like, how do you make the eyes look like they're really truly looking at a person, like you as the viewer, which is how I got this understanding of putting one eye really close to the edge and the other actually right in the middle. That's what's targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So that's where this is what we're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she's looking saucy.
Oh, show.
Now this is the case, a rare case where before I showed, you know, hold the thicker line over here. With the other image that I gave. But then there's this one case where if there's a solid, like, there's this other, like, eyebrow thing going on here where it's like a kind of a, there's a dip in the background eye, you know, the one that's not truly targeting you, but it's in a more dangerous or saucy position.
I would definitely give it a saucy.
That's when you want to add just a slight tick to the bottom, or on the other side. Whereas normally I would say just completely, almost always stick to the same edge. And it's okay if there's going to be mistakes. You know, happy accidents. Beat the devil out of it. Oh, I know. Since Ooh, do I want to? No, that's good. That's good. That's going to be good. Okay, so something about Tina that I kind of developed is kind of how her hair is done. And that was inspired by a lot of different animes. And then it slowly grew over time. With the major, split,
Right.
And ear there. Now, how I like to do my ears, because since cat ears are going to be kind of out. Now, when I do my comics, I keep the ears real simple. Hold on.
Simplicity in comics, especially when you're making several relatively close images, who knows how often, having to do something incredibly complex really eats up your time.
Basically just a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if I wanted to keep it simple, I would just simply do a single line, right on the inside to kind of show the contour of the inside of the ears. Now, if I wanted it to be more complex, which I've done before with a few tighter stuff, I add gradations of art on the inside with like showing the kind of the hair in the ears. And hair in the ears is actually very important because it actually makes sense because those are some of the sensory organs that allows the animal to hear. And for those of you who are not furry, I actually don't consider my artwork to be furry. I consider it Neko-chan, which is so the difference is that furry equals animals with anthropomorphic qualities.
Mm-hmm. Think Disney's Robin Hood.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas, okay, computer, you can catch up to me now. Neko-chan is more of the human with other animal qualities. So think like well, any anime cat girl, their bodies are primarily humanoid. They are basically human. They can have the same look. Like Tina would look still just like Tina without the ears and tail.
Right.
Even though I do the little flick here, that's also kind of a stylistic choice. A lot of anime do that as well, even if they're not animalistic. And I also want to point out the fact that I say with other animal qualities, because let's face it, folks, I'm sorry if you disagree, but Homo sapiens are still animals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We get right down to it.
We follow all of the defining factors. So, now that little bit's done, what are we doing on time? How long have I been going on in this little rant?
Well, if we started, let's assume we started on time, it'd be an hour.
A little less than an hour, yeah. It's about 3:55 right now. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. I've got plenty of time. I think by the time I got started drawing, it was like
5:15, 5:20, something like that.
You mean 3:15?
That's the one. That one.
All right, so let's take a quick look at the figure here. some cool little factors that I'd like to point out about the human form that I've picked up along the ways. The arms, the hands always rest right in between the hips and the knees. I mean, just right now, just stand up and place your hands down. That's where they are. That's where they go. Now,
Right around the upper thigh.
Yep, right around the upper thigh. So, now, when you start to design your own style and have a more cartoony look to it, or whatever it is that you want to do, obviously that's going to change. And also, depending on the angle, that might appear to change. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're just going to...
That's advanced studies.
Yeah. So we're just going to take a brief look at kind of some more of the figure. So what I do here is a couple of swish marks, because, the neck isn't, the neck doesn't look like this. Bonk, bonk. A few swishes. Always add a little shadow. At least that's what I do. Depending on where the light...
It's really neat watching you draw.
Well, it's funny because one thing I like about digital drawing is that I can, just keep deleting until I get it right, and then sometimes I just simply rage quit and go, fuck. So there's a couple of bones in the neck, don't worry about those, and a couple of shoulder.
That's right. Don't worry about bones in your neck. You'll be fine without them.
Shut the frick up. I don't know why I said fuck earlier, and now I'm like converting back to saying frick.
Because you keep thinking Death Envoy is here, and then you're like trying to make up for it, and then you realize that Dash and I don't swear all that much.
I try to make this more a family show.
Sure.
Let's all.
You say that, and yet you continue to invite Death Envoy. What is wrong with you?
So, the only reason why I'm able to get some... Let me see here. The only reason why I'm able to get some...
Oh my.
I'm not touching that one.
I'm able to...
Like you said, family friendly.
Yeah. The only reason why I'm really able to understand how drapery, clothing, and the female body works is simply just because I've studied it. I've looked at it. And I'm not I'm not talking about like porn or anything.
Yeah, who talks about that?
While you all were out there playing your video games and going to parties, Coop was studying the pencil, honing his abilities.
Oh, that's what we're calling it now? Okay.
What, pencil or abilities?
Both. Or honing. Take your pick.
So, there's a little bit of Tina right there for you.
Yeah.
Incredible as always.
Now, I might, and it's okay. Sometimes there's a mistake. If you're doing something with pencil or digitally, you can always erase and then try again.
I have a little question as someone who hasn't really dabbled in this a whole lot. What for you? What's easier to work with, pencil and paper or digital at this point?
Okay, so that is actually a very tough question to answer.
Then I'm glad, but also sorry I asked.
So, Digitally, it's easier for me because when I make a mistake, I can quickly
Just back it up.
back it up. Exactly. Like
Control
what I'm
Z.
doing, like what I'm doing right now.
Cool.
Undo.
Yep. Good old fashioned Control Z. I'm just gonna leave those hands alone because hands are a pain in the frickin' ass.
Butt pain.
Hands and feet.
Feet are easy as shit.
Wake up in a bathtub full of ice.
Don't ask Rob Liefeld that. Nothing but respect for Rob. But he's infamous for hiding his feet.
It's just that the style that I've chosen for doing the feet is it makes things very convenient.
Gotcha.
Whereas hands, that shows a lot more about the character of the person. Just kind of like it's like, okay, you know how the body works. You can get the torso down for your character. That's fine. But the two most important things that you need to get down are the face and the hands. And what the hell did I just do?
Everything.
Why is it turned? No. No.
Doesn't your tablet have touch sensitivity?
Yes.
Did you forget to take it off?
No.
You just neglected to take it off?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, now you should be able to put your fingers on it and twist like you're on your phone.
It's just making it smaller and larger.
Oh, no, you gotta twist in keep your fingers the same distance apart. You're like pinching and dragging, like you're pinch zooming.
I mean, this is, again, good tutorial, what to do when you accidentally
I
unmoor.
fixed it.
Hey, there we go.
Thanks, tech support.
You're welcome. Now that you
Again,
know
this
how to
is
do it, I
valuable.
expect not to have to be asked again.
This is valuable.
No, this is all valuable information. Now we're understanding this software just a little bit more. I need to
And you understand my job a little more.
I want to afford Adobe so that this bullshit doesn't happen anymore.
Screw both and go with Krita.
Man,
Krita is free and has plenty of
It is not free.
Yes, it is. How is it not free?
It's... Wait, I think I'm thinking of a different software.
I think you're thinking Paint Tool Sai.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Sai.
Paint Tool Sai is not free.
No,
Krita is free.
No, it is not.
Krita is free. Go to the Krita website, click download, install. Done.
I think I have Krita, but this software...
You paid for it. Use it.
Yeah, I know. I paid for it, but it also has, like, animation, so...
Krita does animation.
Quiet
It has
you.
onion skin and timeline.
All right, so guys, quick thing. Notice how what I did right. What I did right here.
Mm-hmm.
The little squiggles.
Little swoop.
Not just the swoop, the squiggles
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom.
Squiggles.
So, I actually picked that up from old Sonic the Hedgehog comics.
Yeah, the old Ken Penders.
And
Okay, yeah.
basically,
That's
it's
not
kind
much
of
stepping
like
in.
it's kind of like, let me see here. Let me see if I can do just a quick little, you know. Nobody cares that the hand is terrible. Who gives a fuck about that? Yeah.
I love the little motivational songs he sings himself. Very cute.
Yeah.
So, mainly it's the, like, when clothing folds over each other. So, like, his gloves. That's how I learned how to do that.
Yeah.
from reading Sonic the Hedgehog comics and watching and studying the stuff that I like.
There you go.
Basically, if there's anything that I'm telling you people right now, the only way that you're actually going to be able to learn is to learn to draw is to actually first watch, look, study from
And
live,
listen.
and practice. And let's also talk about
got
just
it wrong.
general tutorials anyway. This is anything. This will apply for anything. Music. You want to learn how to write good music? Listen to the best. Listen to the people that you really enjoy.
And actually, you do have a point. It does work with anything. You want to do technical support? You want to learn how to work on a computer or do anything along those lines? Watch those who do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
That's the whole
computer
point of
builds
Bob
and stuff
Ross.
Is
Yeah.
that's right. He builds amazing computers. Never a better computer built.
This
than
one's gonna
than
be a happy computer tower. Let's give it a little.
just
a little
smack the
happy
devil.
cloud.
Smack the devil.
Smack the just beat the devil out of it.
Oh fuck.
Let's give it a happy little mouse too. A happy little keyboard.
And when you push this button, the happy little mouth just opens right up. Zzzt. Zzzt.
Now why don't we just open up that CD tray? Who the fuck has a CD tray anymore? Let's fire that intern.
We're gonna put him out in the garbage can right where he belongs.
Oh, by the way, who remembers?
No, I don't like where this is going.
Who remembers? I'm not talking about the solid state drives that we have now. Flash disk drives.
Oh, you mean like the SanDisk flash cards?
I'm talking about like the maybe like they were like, okay, so you had the floppy disk, then you had the hard floppy disk, and then you got the flash floppy or the flash disk. It was like a 3 by
Oh, okay.
it was like a 3 by 3
zip
but
disk.
thicker.
Oh,
A
yeah,
zip
those.
disk. I remember zip disk.
Yeah, zip disks.
It was the only way we could move animations around from computer to computer to work on different sections of them. Back in high school.
Let's add a little bit of
I remember my
squish
first
from the pants here.
My first actual flash drive, like USB. It was $150 for 1 gig.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
She's got some thick thighs, so I'm gonna add a little bit more.
Considerably thick.
So notice how I'm not really caring that much if my lines are crossing over.
Right.
It's primarily because this is still the pre-sketch.
You're a pre-sketch.
Your face is a pre-sketch.
Your butt's a pre-sketch.
Your mom's a free sketch.
You're welcome to it. Ugh.
I love the
Jokes.
Frig, I will pay you. It's not even free. It's just, here, take it. Here's some money. Go.
I'll take your mom out to a nice seafood restaurant and never call her again.
No, you take her out and never bring her back. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
I'm okay. Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yikes
Oh,
on
geez,
bikes.
Take me seriously, sure. All right. All right, I see how this works.
As evidenced by the yikes on bikes. Very serious. You have been awarded 1 yike from the international yike community.
Woohoo! Yay, awards. I don't even care if they're good or bad. I get awards. I'm happy.
Yay.
Computer. There we go.
Here's a question about tutorials and learning. When you first learned how to drive, did you learn stick or automatic, and why?
I learned stick, and because the person I was learning from just happened to have a stick vehicle.
So there's no motivation behind it other than you need to learn how to drive, and here's the vehicle I have.
Not necessarily. He felt that it was better for me to learn stick.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that way I could actually understand a little bit more about the vehicle while driving.
Wow. About. Wow, I can't not hear it anymore. I can't not hear it now.
The about.
Yeah, the about.
About.
About. It's like I can't stop.
What's
Wow.
funny is that I've actually really been trying to say more about.
We don't say that either.
I know.
But at least we don't say a boat.
Yeah, it's not. You know, like when you go on when you go on the water, you get on the boat.
Letterkenny references.
We already made that reference earlier.
We did.
Now this is where I would do a solid. Oh come on! All right, fine, I'll accept that. And you got your ankles, 'cause Tina ain't got no cankles. Even though I do, 'cause I'm a fat piece of shit.
Hey, watch with the self-deprecation. We don't allow that here.
Hey, it's just comedy.
No,
It's
self-deprecation
funny
comedy is
because
not funny.
It's funny because it's true.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference between comedy of truth and self-deprecation. I won't stand for that kind of slander in our stream.
Gotta remember to punch up, not down.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's hilarious to see a guy get kicked in the junk. But
Ooh. Let's take a look at how we do how we do.
Yeah, looking good.
how do we look?
She's looking pretty badass. A little thick, but damn.
Nothing wrong with that. That looks incredible.
Let me see here.
It looks like I see inspiration between high school gymnasium attire and her standard adventuring gear. I see
Yeah,
kind of
I need to
mix
make her.
between the two.
I actually need to make her breasts a little bit bigger because Tina definitely had like. That's looking like a B
It looks
class.
closer. It looks between a B and a C.
When Tina is naturally between a C and a D. And before any of y'all
Y'all.
feminist bullshitters out there get angry at me, look, y'all know that there are
Y'all.
different women of different sizes, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying
There's even men with larger breasts than that.
this.
And you cannot be upset about it unless they are.
This is true. This is very true. So it's like, it's kind of like, what pisses me off sometimes. Come on. Maybe.
I don't know why, but I'm craving fried frickin' rice right now.
Maybe this might be closer to what I'm looking for.
You're closer to what you're looking for.
Your face is closer to what I'm looking for.
Aw, thank you. I got one.
Yeah, no,
right
there
here.
we go.
All right.
Yep, that's better. Yeah, it's like when people were complaining about Samus with some of her redesigns.
Or the fact that Samus is trans and then Nintendo decided to back out of that, just like they've been doing with Vivian and Birdo.
Well, the thing is that it's just that Samus has a tight, firm body. Why? Why does she look so sexy? I'm sorry.
Because she fucking exercises.
Yeah, I'm sorry, nerds. When you exercise and you actually move and do shit, your body looks sexy. Because that's what attracts other humans, is a healthy body. So what if she happens to also have rocket heels? Albeit it's a bit ridiculous, but you know, it's a convenient item. You're talking about a woman that can twirl herself into a tiny ball. I mean, come on. Man, Tina's looking fine.
As always.
And confident.
All right, I need a favor from you two.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm afraid.
It's-
I am very much afraid.
It's almost 7:30, so I am making myself some dinner. I have rice in the frying pan frying up. I need a flavor.
A flavor.
Cumin.
A flavor.
Garlic?
I don't think I have any of that, but I do. Yeah, I got plenty of garlic, and I have taco seasoning.
What else you got?
Got lots of curry. Ooh, pickled mango. Ooh.
I mean, curry is basically cumin.
Ooh. What about a weird fusion? Smell them together, if it'll work. A fusion between curry, dill, and garlic.
If I had dill.
I mean, if you have curry, you have cumin.
Yep.
That's what curry is, so.
Well, curry is much more than that.
Oh, sure, but cumin is a major flavor factor in it.
It also depends on where you get your curry from.
That's true. That's true.
Because
Tutorials on cooking as well, folks.
Hey,
Yeah,
all
here we
kinds.
are. Tutorials on cooking. So, I'm native and East Indian descent, so I do a lot of curry cooking. I'm also trained as a chef, so I have a lot of experience cooking, working in numerous restaurants, pubs. I had a job at Subway once, but you want to know how long my Subway job lasted? One shift. Do you know why my Subway job lasted one shift?
Because you were overqualified?
Actually, yes. I worked there for all of an hour and was already at the speed of everyone else and able to do everything except for cash because they wouldn't train me on it.
That is absolutely hilarious and ridiculous at the same time.
Yeah, I was doing prep and everything. But anyways, halfway through my shift, I got a call. Hey, we want you at the pub. We'll start you off at $18 an hour and full-time benefits. I'm like, all right. Hung up the phone, turned to my supervisor at Subway. I'm like, well, I'm gonna turn down your job offer, but I'll finish working the shift, help you guys out, and then I'll get my free sub and leave because you guys aren't even gonna pay me for this shift. Okay, bye.
Yep. Sometimes it just works out like that.
Exactly. But yeah, so basically, Indian fusion is a lot of is my inspiration for a lot of things. So
Cool.
or at least how it used to be. I don't know if it still is or not, but usually every Indian family has a very unique blend of spices and herbs that make their curry, which is why when you say curry, it can mean any number of things, especially if you have East Asian inspired curries. They're usually more sweet, whereas you get more some of the more southern Asian curries. They have things like coconut milk and other sort of creamy and sweetness to it. I like more of the drier, spicier curries.
Sure.
So
You're speaking my language.
So madras or my favorite garnish for curry obviously has to be pickled mango, which I have a jar right here. Oh, that smells heavenly.
Now, folks, you're seeing that I'm putting in a little bit more detail into Tina's tail. When it comes to sketching and drawing these things out, I tend to have multiple layers, and
Like an onion.
so like there was the first layer that showed the form of the tail, and now there's this darker tone that shows closer to what, kind of a flow of what I want to do with it. Now, when it comes to the final inking stage, RJ, this is where I say I actually excel better at hand-drawn.
Ah. Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
I can slowly take my time, and it's not going to look like my hand is, like, for example, like my hand is scribbling a line.
Right.
I can very, when I do inking by hand, it is far cleaner. Because
Car cleaner.
when I do the inking in digital, the only way I can properly do it is to, well, effectively just draw as quickly and sharply as possible. That's the only way that you can get the kind of
And practice gives you the accuracy.
once again, practice. Lots of practice. Anyone who knows anything well enough, it's all in the practice. Music, drawing,
Living.
yeah, exactly. What humans do.
I mean, it takes 18 years of practice to figure out how to live, really. And even then, you get out in the world, you're like, what the fuck? They didn't teach me
I want to
nothing.
say it actually takes a solid 30.
I will agree with that.
So the first 10 years, of your life, you're being taught, like, these are the main basic things in a happy, safe, comfortable environment.
Well, depending
Now
on your
you're-
parental upbringing.
That's true.
Your home upbringing.
That's true. Well,
There
I'm
are
talking,
many
I'm
things
talking
that
about
are not quite on that.
I'm talking about like public school, and hey, we'll even get to this very, very soon. Video games,
Yes.
and just games in general. And then you get to junior high, high school, and early college. That's when it's like, okay, now we're actually going to teach
Thankfully,
you.
college is not mandatory.
Now we're going to teach you, the harder basics. Like how to actually math, not just simply add. We're going to teach
Welcome
you.
to standing up school, and you fail.
And you fail. Then when you get to your 20s, or once you graduate college, now you're out in the world. You should be able to do almost anything you want to do that you have taught yourself how to do.
And just because
Okay.
your body is able to have kids doesn't mean it's smart to.
Congratulations,
Also true.
you are now in the world. Now, the next 10 years, every single year is going to be a uniquely strong thing. A uniquely strong stepping stool, because what you are doing is teaching yourself how to life. Because you now no longer have any teachers. Now you are teaching yourself. And
Because
that's
school has
when
failed
you-
us and couldn't teach us everything we needed to know in the first place.
That's not the point of school.
Yeah, school is intended to teach you life skills. Unfortunately, school is still set to teach you life skills to work in a factory, not to live life the way that life is designed to work nowadays.
That actually, yeah, the way life actually works.
See?
So once you
I have done my research on that.
once you get into your 20s, it's you teaching yourself, and that's how you actually become truly who you are. Which is why in my family we say once you reach 30, you are now suddenly out of the can. They take your brain. They take your brain away when you start to go into high school, and then you don't get it back until you're 30.
See, in my family, we have a different saying. If you're in the can, you're going to be in there for 5 to 10 minutes, maybe up to a half hour, depending on what you ate the night before.
There's truth in both.
Oh my God! Have you guys heard that Reddit story about the poop knife?
Gonna have to say no.
The what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? The what knife?
The poop knife.
It's a new one.
Basically, there's this guy whose family took incredibly egregious craps, and so they had a knife that they would keep in the bathroom so that they could chop it up to flush. It was incredibly disturbing. But what makes it funny is that they went to a friend's house, toilet was gummed up, and they're like, hey, can I have your poop knife? And they thought that everybody had a poop knife. It wasn't just his family.
That is hilarious. So what is the what is the poop knife?
I already said it. It's what they use to chop it up so they can actually flush.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I was paying attention to drawing.
I was paying attention to drawing, not poop. I gotta move! I gotta poop! I gotta poop! I gotta poop! I gotta poop! I gotta poop!
I gotta go potty! Potty, 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 potty.
That sounds like Wacko.
That's exactly what it was.
There we go.
Everyone's favorite Liverpudlian cat thing.
Hey,
I thought they were just. I thought their species was Warner.
Hey, I came up with a new Gookie. You want to see it? Sure. Why not? What's it look like? It's not so much a Gookie. Wasn't it a Gookie? It's more of like a Plookie. I don't get it.
Good night,
Why doesn't
everybody.
anybody like my new Gookie?
All right, so for my fried rice concoction, I have plenty of from India curry powder, which was fried and seasoned with garlic and in oil with a bit of rice vinegar. Added the rice, mixed that together till the rice took on the color. Mushed up about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons worth of pickled mango. And once I had that in a paste, I added that in, mixed it around. Also added about a 1/4 cup of yellow mustard, and oh my God, does it taste amazing!
Nice.
Wow. Oh man, does that mean that when we get together, we're gonna have cook-offs?
I would be insulted if you didn't.
Folks, those of you who are watching, please share,
Like, subscribe, retweet, whatever you
comment,
do on Instagram.
Smash that like and subscribe.
Cleavage, dude. Cleavage.
Being Puppy Cat is fucking awesome.
I freaking love being Puppy Cat.
Oh yeah.
Is that a
great-
is that a puppy or a cat? The way he says it is so funny.
And then she's like, smell him. Smells like dog.
It smells like a dog.
I don't know how long it's going to take for my kettle to boil, but I will have some lovely tea in just a little bit.
Nice.
Tetley, best brand.
All right. Well,
Those hands are looking good.
I'm going to continue to draw this picture of Tina and
Yes.
listening throughout the day, but we're breaching on the first. Oh, okay. All right. So I just realized that I've been talking to These Memes Suck in Discord this entire time.
Nice.
Well, it's like
Not YouTube chat.
no. he was saying like, "Hey, do you want to talk?" And if you have the time, and I'm like, "Not really. I'm doing a thing." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I know. I was watching it." And I'm like, And he says, I'm so and so," and I'm like, "Oh well, damn, cool."
Oh, I see.
So that's it. Multitasking, which is apparently neurologically impossible.
It is, truly. Except, just given the fact that the mind can only process a single thought at a single time.
It's the
Even
fact
though
that,
your brain does tens of thousands of calculations per second.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like the brain is so good at bouncing back and forth between processes that
Those with ADHD have a really hard time remembering what the original processes were.
Amen to that.
That's part of it.
I am extraordinarily happy with how this is coming out.
It looks amazing. If you don't finish this and post it, I'm going to be mad at you.
I'm gonna finish it today. Yep, definitely.
Nice.
Okay, but let's move on to another subject. But before we do, a word from our sponsor. Say, do you have a nerdy piece of artwork that you want turned into a t-shirt?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
And how about a hat?
Oh, that could really help my nerd pop culture YouTube brand.
What about a sweatshirt?
That sounds awesome. Wait, is this an ad?
You know, I could hook you up with a hoodie.
Okay, that's great and all, but...
Go to True Apparel One on Twitter. They have nerd and game-centric apparel for all your nerdy and game-centric apparel needs.
And there it is.
You can also contact them on Facebook and Instagram.
Why are you doing this?
Because their clothing is super comfy and of high quality.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Because you didn't let me finish, silly.
But what if I don't have my artwork prepared?
Not to worry. See, here at the Tridorks, we also do artwork for you. You can even see it being made live, right here on the show. I mean, look at what we're doing right now.
But I mean, that costs, right?
Well, sure, but, you know, what's $15 for a basic high-quality design?
I suppose we have a way to pay for that, right?
Well, sure, our Patreon is going to be in the description.
Well, this sounds a little too good to be true.
I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I assure you, you'll get nothing but high-quality work from me and True Apparel One.
True Apparel One?
That's right, on Twitter, at TruApparel1. At True Apparel 1. Just make sure you come to us first if you don't have a perfect design already.
Okay, so are we done with this bit?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Best ad.
That was some lovely ad copy.
Love it.
There's the ad. There we go. You're welcome, True Apparel. You're welcome.
You're welcome. No, thank you for sponsoring us.
Thank
That
you.
too.
No,
That
absolutely,
too.
absolutely. Thank you. We are sharing each other's products. So there we go. We do the art. They do the prints. However, if you also happen to already have the artwork, then just go ahead and send it to them. But yeah, no, they got great stuff.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Okay, so then how to can we not?
What?
We can hear
not?
the faucet noises.
Oh, ha.
Okay.
I'm thirsty. Forgive me.
It's
It's okay.
alright, it's alright, it's alright. And now, how to play. So tell us, both of you, why don't you go ahead and have a... I swear I can smell that from here. I'm, like, really, really wanting some curry now. Like, this is insane. Favorite game... what are your favorite game tutorials and... teaching the player methods? This can be both in video game form and in traditional tabletop game form or card game form. anywhere from an actual in-game tutorial, or how games teach you through playing, or say the good old-fashioned manual, which no longer exists apparently.
Well, it does in like PDF format because they don't want to print them anymore.
Yeah.
That
It's not the same. I like having the book in my hands.
true, but got to keep those costs down.
It's
Oh,
true,
that
but
art-
I mean, like, remember when you used to go to the
artwork.
rental store and you'd either bike or ride there? You'd rent your game, and then you'd get it and the manual in like a really cool plastic case. You'd be like, "Damn, I wish I had plastic cases like this for all my games." And then you'd start walking home, and you'd read through the manual, and you'd like picture how the game plays before you even get home.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm the only one who did that?
No. I know exactly what you mean. When I would rent games from Blockbuster, that would be the drive home. That's exactly what I would be doing. I would be reading the manual.
And in the odd cases that you'd end up picking up a new controller, you'd see how the different button combinations would work, like a la Mortal Kombat, for example. You teach yourself the button combinations before you even sat in front of the TV.
Right.
That was my favorite way to learn about playing a video game. Because you had the downtime anyways.
Absolutely.
What about you, RJ?
I mean, are we sticking to general right now, or are we going into like specific games? I got a couple specific games that I think
It's an open forum, dude. Just
Sure.
go.
like the one game I really wanted to bring up was the original. Oh shoot, I just had the name of it, but the with Gordon Freeman.
Half-Life.
Half-Life 2 had a pretty great, I mean, kind of one of the first games to kind of have an actual in-game. We are going to instruct you how to play the game, and did a fairly good job of it from what I remember. I mean, they have you do everything.
I want to disagree with you. I actually want to disagree with you.
You disagree with that? Okay.
Not to say that it's not a good in-game tutorial, but it was certainly not the first game that actually taught the player how to play the game.
Now, when you say that, do you mean by having you actually like play and figure it out as you go, or actually having you say like, "Hey, we're gonna have a little, very obvious walkthrough where now you're having a tutorial"? Because I think
No,
there
I'm
are
talking.
plenty of games that
I'm
teach,
ta-
Press
teach you how
A
to
to
play.
jump.
I am actually talking about like, as you play the game, you learn how the game works.
The difference between Mega Man and Batman Arkham Asylum, for example.
Well, let's not go into Ego Raptor's rant.
I'm not going into his rant, but I'm saying there's a good example.
Now, what I was actually going to suggest is good old-fashioned original Super Mario Brothers.
Sure.
Everything about that first level is perfect.
Perfect.
It teaches every player how to play the game in one simple level. And it was expertly designed.
Oh, sure.
Now, I would say in the 3D realm, you would
Praise
be right.
Shigeru.
I would say in the 3D realm, you'd be right, RJ.
Well, I think the distinction I'm trying to draw here is not you play the game and do everything, and that's how you learn to play the game. I'm talking about where the game actually takes you aside. It's like, okay, we're going to have you practice, and like where they actually verbally call it that. I mean, yes, plenty of games do what Mario does, but the distinction I'm trying to make with Half-Life is, hey, here is a hologram that's going to lead you through a bunch of exercises that are explicitly meant to help you practice the things you're going to do later, not just you play the first level and that's just an introduction.
Oh wait,
It's
wait,
like,
you're
I'll grant you, yes,
you're talking about
Mario,
Like Oni.
wait.
from
Are you
Bungie.
talking about
Oni
Half-Life
from
1
Bungie.
or Half-Life 2?
Half-Life 2, the one
I
where you
don't
get your
believe
FEV
that.
suit. I'm pretty sure that's one of the, maybe not the very first, but it's one of the first.
The first episode is very much Mario style, and then the next few elements that they provide are as you suggest. Like they give you an example, like when you finally get the gravity gun.
Sure.
Spoilers.
They do have the rope. They do have the robot.
Sure. And while we're on that topic, I think both Portal 1 and Portal 2 should get mentioned as having very great... I mean, Portal 1, the first 19 levels are all kind of tutorial, in a sense. Before the actual story starts around, like the 19th level?
Something like that.
I think just Portal 1 is just a great tutorial for Portal 2.
Well, Portal 2 also has a really fun tutorial, where it tells you, like, Wheatley comes in... Well, first it had you, like, stare at a painting.
Press A to speak.
Or press space to speak, and then it's like, well, now you just jumped because it taught you how to jump because it tricked you. Clever.
Oh, the comedy elements are amazing.
A lot of work, a lot of respect for Portal 1 and 2. A lot of work went into making those levels very creatively.
Mm-hmm.
But
So if you haven't noticed, those of you who are watching, what I'm doing right here when it comes to the inking, this is the part that I despise the most, is the fine tuning.
It's less creative.
Because that's where it becomes like I have to become a perfectionist.
Right.
And make it clean and sharp. It's like, that's why I'd rather give this to somebody else to clean up, but at the same time, like, there's a certain charm to how I do my inking, and I don't believe anybody else could really pull it off.
Fair.
It's like a Jack Kirby thing. It's like, this is the style. This is how I do. So but at the same time, what comes with that is a disgusting level of pride, which can actually be to my detriment, and probably not in the way that you would expect, because I feel like I need to obtain that level of quality.
Your level of quality.
Your mom's a level of quality.
I don't know what level, but sure.
Okay, yeah. After I said it, based off of what you said before, I was about to say, I probably should have said your face was a level of quality.
Aww.
That would have been better.
That would have been a lot better.
See, now we're also teaching how to romance. There we go.
Learning all kinds of things today.
All the learning. And romance is another tutorial. Boom!
Heyo.
Come now! Do it! What? Don't worry about it. I'm doing a stream.
Whoops.
Well, there we go, folks.
Damn it, Mom! I'm streaming!
I'm doing a stream! Come on! Hold on, I need to soundproof the door, apparently.
That is doable.
Sorry, I was making a reference to Game Grumps.
Yup.
Alright. Where were we?
In talking about video game tutorials, or just game tutorials in general.
So, yeah.
The way Exploding Kittens teaches you to play is pretty amazing.
Sure.
We advise that you do not read the manual and just play.
Is that all it says?
No, there's more to it. It gives you all the info that you need.
Okay.
Is that bold it? Statement.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I had.
Okay.
So now do we want to... We brought it up earlier. Do we want to bring up Undertale now?
Yes,
you two have fun with that.
Mind,
you two have fun with that.
Yeah, Undertale has a great tutorial level that
gives you all of the feels all at once.
Sure. I mean, that's the great thing about its tutorial is it ties in directly with the main themes of the rest of the game.
And don't forget that the tutorial giver is named Toriel.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Very clever.
I am an idiot and never picked up on that.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Okay, I need to rethink this relationship right now.
Ooh.
Oof.
Oof-a-doof.
For a man who prides himself on being quick on the uptake.
To be
Come
fair,
on, there's all
to be
things
fair,
we-
I was extremely drunk when I played it.
All right, I'll forgive you.
But yeah, for those of you who somehow have not played Undertale in the year of our Lord 2019, the plot of Undertale. I mean, there's bound to be somebody. The story is about a little boy or little girl. You can decide. She's kind of delightfully non-binary. Falls down into the realm of monsters, whereupon she meets a couple monsters, but is saved by a very motherly figure, Toriel, as in tutorial.
Goat mom is best mom.
Goat mom is best mom, indeed, who takes you under her goat arm and wants to basically protect and provide for you. And so she's giving you instructions on how to get through the level to her home.
May I?
And you're supposed to follow them. And literally, it's holding your hand the whole time.
And you literally see her hold your hand the whole
Yes.
time almost.
Holding your hand.
May I actually briefly, quickly pause you for a
If you
second?
must.
Because
Pause.
I'm wanting to make a point. So it looked cool with Tina's ear position, but it didn't make sense at all anatomically.
Anatomically.
Yeah. Which means I have to adjust it. So, like we said before, happy accidents happen, and it's not an issue. So now I am now readjusting where that ear would be, and
Just probably
gonna have a
picked
little
up
bit
a
of
lot.
fun with that. Perfect. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, back to your topic.
Okay. So the whole idea is that, basically when you get back to Toriel's house, she, says, like, just stay here. I'll keep you safe. You don't have to go out and explore. And so you're basically like left in a level where you're just like wandering around her house and going increasingly more and more bored. And eventually you want to leave. And she's like, no, you can't leave. If you leave, it is dangerous out there. I can't protect you. And it ties in with this theme of, going out, putting yourself at risk, but so that you can make friends if you want to, or not. You can. I mean, again, there's a wide variety of endings you can get for Undertale, but it's a neat way of tying in the main theme of like, well, I can't just stay here. If I just stay here, both in narrative and in game, nothing will happen.
Which sucks because I wish that there was some sort of an ending that tied into staying around.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, that would be nice. It was also like there was going to be an ending for New Vegas where you could just at the big overpass leading back into the new California Republic, you could just walk through that gate and end the game early and be like, yep, you leave and go back to California. You leave all that rest of that game behind. And yeah, it's a nice thing to have, but I can also kind of see why they cut it.
I think that player choice is definitely more of a needed necessity in video gaming today.
Oh, I agree. But I could see like why they would say like, yeah, this thing that's basically like a game over really early on, maybe not the highest priority. Now, if they want to make a side game that's just like doing like Animal Crossing New Leaf, but with Toriel in her home, that would be a fun spin-off game.
That'd be amazing.
I would help kickstart that if that was a kickstartable thing.
Nintendo,
I would save to
Nintendo,
pay for that.
You've already worked with that company.
Yep.
Wait, no, they didn't. I was thinking of Cave Story.
Oh yeah,
Kill me.
that's okay.
But isn't Undertale on Switch now, anyways?
Maybe.
I
know Deltarune
store
I'm unaware.
I know Deltarune is.
Right. The latest from that writer.
Yeah. Then it oh frig, I can't even remember his name right now.
I know what you mean. Something Fox, I think.
Toby Fox.
Toby Fox. There, we did it. We did it.
We figured it out.
Yeah, those shadows look nice, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that's one thing. All right, so once again, when it comes to copying and figuring out styles that you like, you can just constantly be adding. You don't have to stick to a certain style. Like if you're always drawing like Naruto, congratulations, you'll be good at Naruto, but you won't have your own unique style. Right. So I've taken a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of other forms of anime, and ultimately one of the things that I really picked up, and a little bit of comics, like we said, the Sunday funnies. But one thing that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to emulate, and has a really strong what's the word I'm looking for? Well, just aspect in general was the well, let me just put it this way. Stupid computer, come on.
Only a bad workman blames his tools. Why not a woman? What did I tell you about feminism, Chris?
Good old-fashioned, hard-lined shadows from Gynax and Gurren Lagann. Everything about Gurren Lagann's style. Ah, crud. That was all one line. Everything about Gurren Lagann's style, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. And then you also see a lot of the harsh shadows in Marvel as well. So there was already a lot of inspiration in there. So those very simple character designs, and I think it wasn't officially Gynax that was doing that show. I mean, they were the producers, but I don't think they were actually like.
Right, I forget the actual studio, but
yeah, the
it's
actual
all
studio
involved.
itself. But there's so much that you can say with simple, plain old, hard lines and blank spaces. There's a lot you can say. As I am attempting to,
because absence of information is still information.
It's exactly as I'm trying to emulate here.
Right.
And I think
You're an emulate here.
I think I did fairly well.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
I mean,
And,
I literally just did that in what, 20 seconds?
So imagine why they use that style for animation then.
Because
when you've got to do 30 to 60 frames per second of animation.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you have your harsh shadows here. But you want to have the eyes to be shown, so you just have a little bit of here and there. And bada bing, bada boom. You want to get that smile in there. Yeah, see? That's just that's how that's
That
there we go.
I'm
We
gonna
have
eat your face kind of look.
we have evil Tina right now. And apparently my screen just went off the hook. Which is also kind of the reason why when it came to my Spider-Man here, I really wanted to emphasize the darker shades here, where it's just like, Marvel loved, especially when it came to, tell me, was it Steve Ditko or was it who was the other artist?
Early Spider-Man?
For early,
it was after Ditko left. It was John Romita Sr.
No. One of the other major artists, like one of the big boys.
You talking McFarlane?
Oh, McFarlane did the same thing too.
He was later on. I mean,
much later. I'm talking
because when it was Spider-Man, it was Steve Ditko, then it was John Romita Sr. Gosh, who was it after that?
No, there was Jack Kirby.
Okay, he wasn't really the Spider-Man artist though.
No. But I was using him as an example of where
for Marvel, yeah.
They all really had this real harsh, lined.
Oh yeah.
And blank space points, because they had to do it quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
especially when it was just like a couple of guys doing like 8 books a month.
Exactly. So you have to work quickly, and it's funny because my art teachers, they're like, use bigger brushes, be more expressive. I'm like, that's not how it works.
And maybe for certain applications, but not for this particular one.
Not the one that I want to get into. Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt you guys, but
No.
I just felt like
it's relevant to what you're doing, and that's why it's fantastic.
It is relevant.
It's still more learning.
Exactly, which is this is all about.
So stop
tutorials.
apologizing.
I did not apologize this time.
Canadian.
I did not apologize this time.
You said sorry. He said sorry. Dash can confirm.
Dash.
There was a sorry in there somewhere.
I don't believe I said sorry.
Game day bucket, go boom.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
He really is becoming more and more Canadian the more he spends time with me.
Go on.
So you were saying, Dash?
I think I had finished my train of thought. If it was Undertale, anyways.
Yeah, it was
still on
Undertale, I believe.
Pretty sure I finished my train of thought on that. So unless you want to add, we could probably move on to another game.
Well, not so much a game, but a tutorial. I did touch a little bit for a moment there on driving. How one learned to drive and what style of vehicle they learned to drive, or what transmission setup, because it is wildly different between the two. If you learn to drive stick, you can easily drive an automatic without any problems. If you learn to drive automatic, you're going to have a hard time driving stick when the need comes, if the need ever arises.
The emphasis on that latter part.
Exactly, if the need ever arises. Because not everybody will need to drive anything more than an automatic. Now, for me, for example, racing is one of my lifelines. Being incredibly ADHD, one of the things that I strive for is safe adrenaline. So, looking at things like rally racing, for example, you cannot easily or realistically drive a rally race in an automatic vehicle. Right. You're just asking for nothing but problems. So when I learned how to drive, I learned 4 on the floor in an old 80s Dodge pickup. And that was difficult. But the good thing about that is that I can drive both a manual and a standard and an automatic as though it were a manual. Like, for example, if I have next to no brakes in an automatic vehicle, I can still slow down and come to a complete stop without squealing my wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people I notice are not very confident with doing.
Right.
unless they have legitimately spent a lot of time driving.
I love driving so much.
What's your dream car?
The car that I'm
No, your dream car, your number one car. If money was no object, what car do you want in your garage?
Oof.
Well,
I'd want a couple depending on the use.
well, let's go with daily driver, and then and then state your other use model.
Okay, daily driver, BMW.
A boozed up moron wagon? Why?
They are such a luxury to drive, but they are extraordinarily expensive to upkeep, unfortunately. But they are a true luxury to drive. Lexus would be a nice.
Okay, you're giving brands. I mean, car, like specific vehicle.
I don't know
make, model, and
I
year.
don't know specific cars.
Oh my.
I only know specific cars for the fun.
Yes.
Okay. Like
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I'm not joking. I am extraordinarily happy with my current vehicle.
There you go.
And your current vehicle is what?
It is a Ford Fiesta 2016. They actually
Oh my god.
finally figured out how to do the dual clutch system for an automatic like the rest of the world does. And it's fuel efficient. It has great it has really good brakes. When I hit the pedal, it goes quickly. It works. It is sharp and it is efficient. Electrically, though, because it is a Ford, it's kind of gummy. But aside to that, as a machine, it works beautifully. I love to drive it. I love its size. I can weave through traffic easily and quickly and efficiently. I can stop exactly when I need to. I can go when I need to. And it's at a very, very efficient price. I love this car unconditionally. It's my bullet bill. It's my car. It is my car. Like I realized as soon as I stepped inside of it, I went to the dealer and they're like, this might be within your range. And I'm like, yeah, I know. This is the one that I asked for. And I sat down inside and they said, okay, well, I'm going to do some paperwork and I need to handle somebody. So why don't you go ahead and get to know the vehicle? Here's the keys. I immediately fell in love. Everything about it. Everything about that damn car I love.
It sounds like a good car for you.
It is. It's simple.
Loving the vehicle you drive is just as important as what it can do.
So when it comes to just like commuting, I would say my Ford Fiesta is absolutely perfect. It's fuel efficient. It's it goes when I want it to go. It gives me all the information I need it to give. And it stops on key. And it's just well kept. It's it's a little dirty, but no, it's a great little machine. I love this car. It's a damn good car. It's probably one of the best cars that Ford actually pulled out in a long time, next to their Rangers. Now, if I had my dream car,
You realize I'm going to judge you heavily on your choice.
Oh boy. Now, dream car in terms of what, like luxury chill vehicle, or
Hey, that's up to you.
Dream
This is
car in
the car
terms-
that you want for whatever reason you can possibly think of.
Oh boy, there is one particular car that I really, really enjoy looking at, and I really want to drive it, and I know that it has good, well, at least decent stats. But like I said, you're more. You're more versed in vehicles than I am.
And I'm not very well versed in vehicles to begin with.
I'm gonna say the latest ones don't actually. That one looks pretty schmexy. Here's the thing: it doesn't have to look schmexy, but it has to perform well.
Okay.
I want to make sure that if I have all the money in the world and I'm putting money into this vehicle, that not only is it going to perform well, it needs to be safe and secure. And
oh, he wants a minivan.
No.
It performs well. It's safe. It's great for a family. You want a fucking minivan?
No, this is my fun car. If I want a minivan, I know. I think
if you're creative enough, you can have fun.
I think I have an idea of what my minivan would be.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Let me pull it up here.
Well, he's looking that up. Dash, what's your top two cars?
My top two?
Mm-hmm. Your everyday driver and your dream car.
My everyday driver, I like having small, compact cars because I'm forced to do a lot of parallel parking for my job.
Okay.
So something like, again, what I have right now is basically a Suzuki.
Okay.
It's not a particularly strong car, but it doesn't have to be. It's just, it's tight maneuverable, something like that. Or like, say, a Volkswagen Golf also would fit in that category.
Golf ain't bad.
If I have my dream car... My dream car technically does not exist.
No.
It is a theoretical car only. Have you ever seen the anime Gunsmith Cats?
I have not.
I'm typing this up right now. I need to see. Sorry,
There is
folks.
a character now.
Gunsmith
Fair
Cats?
warning. Gunsmith Cats. It is by manga author Kenichi Sonata, I believe.
Oh yeah, this isn't. Yeah, I know this one.
There
this
is a
This is an older
character.
one. Yeah, this is an older
There's a
one.
character named Bean Bandit, who is a cross between Rambo and Knight Rider.
Are we talking about the brunette?
No, this is a dude. It's hard to mistake him. The brunette, I forget her name, but she's the main
What's the
character.
name of it again?
Gunsmith Cats. Gunsmith
Yep.
space Cats.
Oh, he's the guy with the bandana.
With the bandana and the glasses and the hair.
Yep.
His custom car called the Buff. It's built on, I want to say, an old Ford RS 200.
Shelby Mustang G15.
Yep.
Sorry, G500. GT500.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Armor plated.
Mustang Cobra.
Air brakes. Blades in the hubcaps to shred tires of other vehicles. Speakers to communicate with this is the important one. Speakers to communicate with people outside without having to roll down the windows. And a yoke that can rotate the wheels to drive sideways. With a 427 block engine supercharger, dyno to 500.
Oh, guys, this is such a
brake
sexy
horsepower.
looking car. This is like
Yeah,
this is
it's
like
okay.
this is like the 80s like 80s synth
Yeah. It is a custom
of
Mustang.
this
basically.
is like the Knight Rider of anime.
I told you, it's basically Rambo and Knight Rider.
Oh, it's okay.
It looks
The car's
cool.
okay.
It looks cute.
That's-
I love it. I love it.
That would be my dream car, is the car he has in the manga.
I freaking love the character design, by the way. And once again, that's if you can't
Yeah.
tell,
Now,
if you guys
I
look
want-
it up, you can see the character design, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a lot of that inspiration in what I
Now-
do.
I love this. I love this whole series. I especially love Bean Bandit. I have to warn you all. You know how with every anime there's that one part that you can't recommend it in front of polite company?
Uh-huh.
Yep. There's that element in this. It's the character of Minnie-May, I want to say. And
Which one is
somehow
that? Is that the
the
blonde?
little girl, the blonde little girl.
Oh no. Yeah, because I was looking.
You can probably already guess where it's going.
Because I'm looking at this going. She's like young Tina.
Somehow in the English translation, her story is even worse because they tried
How
to make
does
it better,
that
but in a
work?
weird way. Okay, so I'll just go out and say it. In the original manga, she's in a relationship with an older dude. So, right there.
How old is she and how old is this older dude?
Too old and too young.
Well, okay.
Beauty.
How?
Oh, Japan.
Okay.
Japan.
So now we're talking about Japan here. So the
Japan.
age of consent, I believe, is 13.
14. Just like it was in Canada a few years ago.
I don't remember her exact age, but it's riding that line.
Yeah.
In a way that's like, can't recommend this one. Can't. In the English translation, they made it worse by saying that she's. Oh no, she's a fully 20-something-year-old. She just went through a special surgery and chemical process to keep her body from aging.
Oh, that's just dumb.
And it's kind of like still like, but why though? But why?
I
they
can
could actually
I can
air it
see
in
why
North
they would
America.
try to do that to try to like cover
No,
up.
she's totally legal, but it's like it just makes it weirder. It raises more questions than it answers. Anyway,
Oh, Japan.
so that is why I cannot
Japan.
wholeheartedly endorse Gunsmith Cats, but the parts with the main character and the parts with Bean Bandit are awesome. Please do check it out. The guy loves drawing cars and guns. So if you want to specifically get examples of well-drawn cars and guns, read Gunsmith Cats. There's tons of it.
Just
That is that guy's passion.
we're just not endorsing the sexual element.
Exactly. Exactly.
So my top two cars would have to be the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Yeah, the Evo 9.
Okay.
For my daily driver. Mainly because living out in the country, I have a lot of dirt roads. Rallycross is quite honestly a my drive to work daily.
You need that suspension.
Yes. Oh my gosh, and the chicanes and the tight and yet long sweeping turns that you have to take. Just like it's a 20-minute drive to work every day, and at least 10 minutes of that is on rally dirt, and just the drive is amazing. Even though I'm driving right now a crappy Pontiac Sunflower, the Evo 9 would be my daily driver. If I could have it. Now my absolute, I want this in my garage one day, would be the 2019 McLaren P1 GTR. That is a car.
Okay, so I do have an answer for you actually.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Mick.
The answer is yes. I will marry. I mean, what?
It's a very Lamborghini-looking car.
Okay, so no.
Except it's a McLaren. Don't insult it by calling it a Lamborghini.
It's a Lamborghini in the same way that most copiers are Xerox.
Okay.
And
So-
and all tissues are Kleenex.
Yep. got
My
it.
fun car. And this would have to have a certain modification on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it had the mechanical compact, where it would drop the hood, so it would look like a transformer where it's like, because I've seen that before and it is the fucking sexiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, like
That's not human.
like your peripheral hydraulics.
Yeah. So it just moves the convertible top into the back. But I'm looking at the 2019 Alfa Romero 4C Spider.
Spiders are nice classes of cars.
I've always loved the Spider.
That is a beauty of a design.
As
The quite literally the large rump and the long sleek front.
and you're gonna think that this is a really dumb choice here.
Am I? Wow, way to judge me.
I don't know. You
Pretend like
might.
you know what I'm talking. Pretend like you know who I am.
But I'm gonna have to say, for my everyday, if I had a family, this is what I would get if I had all the money in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The 2019 VW T6.1.
I need to see that because I'm not familiar.
It's just a solid VW van, but it's got a really cute design. It's got double doors on, double-sided doors. It's. There's also a Type 2, and the Type 2 is a little bit more slick. But I like the retro style of the T6.1 as opposed to the T6.2.
Okay.
However, I'm going to gush a little bit right here.
Gush away.
Have always wanted a Scion box.
Yeah. There you go. There's your minivan.
I've always wanted a Scion box.
They are interesting. I will give it that.
But then there's this other car that came out. I can't remember who the brand is. It looks like the box, but it has like this rounded window edge to it.
Nissan Cube.
The Nissan Cube. Oh my god, I freaking love that car. Like the design. I just like every time I see it, I'm like, I want to drive you so badly.
You're so bad on gas and so not aerodynamic, but
I know, no, but that's the thing. It's all aesthetics, and I'm more about the character. So it's like, what's under the hood? And that's how I also choose my women, wink, wink, and that's how I choose my friends. So, and that's also how I choose my fans. So, I hope that you out there listening are choosing the same thing for high quality entertainment rather than just something that looks good. But you know what?
High quality? What?
But you know
when
what?
did we become high quality?
Just there's nothing wrong with having some nice aesthetics. Aesthetics.
I'm gonna say I believe there's a reason why they say I'm the pretty face.
Wow. There's a reason why I'm drawing Tina's ass right now.
My phone died.
She's got a good butt. She's got a nice thick butt. She's thick with a double C.
Ew.
Once again, and once again, you feminists out there.
Hey, don't paint all feminists with the same brush.
That's true. Social justice warriors.
Yes, a very real problem.
You can't do that. You're being sexist for drawing a sexy woman. What? Why?
You're overgeneralizing. I don't think this is a good message to be sending to our fans here.
I agree. I apologize. I'm sorry, folks.
There, he said sorry
It's
again.
okay.
No,
Everyone's
I said I
entitled
apologize.
to be an old man yelling at clouds every once in a while.
Hey,
Yes,
dumb
that's true.
kids! Why can't a man just enjoy the female body?
You stole my soul
They took our
with your photograph.
They took our James.
So we went down to Shelbyville and we were wearing an onion ring on our belt because that was the fashion at the time.
Old Xenolade.
Nah, I actually really appreciate you pointing that out and calling me out on that. So,
Aww.
I think there's a time and place for ranting, and I think there's a time and place for wholesome content. Even if that wholesome content is peppered with beautiful language.
And I took it too far. You've called me out on that before, and I need to control that. Why? Why does it keep doing that?
That still sounds like a you problem.
The marker is on pen. I draw a pen. And then it becomes the hand. I don't want the hand.
Well, then why don't you set up your hotkeys and make sure that you're not touching the touch-sensitive part?
I'm not touching any hotkeys.
What about the touch-sensitive part of your drawing pad?
I don't have the time for this. We have showed it freaking every time. Control Z should not bring. Why is it like this? Why is it like this?
Because
this is how we tutorial. This is how we learn how to do. We learn from experience, and we learn from making mistakes. Make mistakes. Get dirty, get messy. It's the best way to learn something. Frick! It keeps doing it.
I just love listening to him get so frustrated. It genuinely brings me joy. And that just sounds cute. We're on stream, bud.
Easy, Chewy.
Okay, well, it's apparently working for me now.
There you go.
There you go. You figured it out.
I didn't. It
figured you out.
It just stopped.
In
being
Soviet
weird.
Russia, program figures you.
Basically.
In America,
goodness.
you watch TV. In Soviet Russia, TVs watch you.
In Soviet Russia, movie does not watch you. Movie watches you. I, once again, like the Coop does, totally botched it up.
Yep. And that's why it's awesome. That's why it's funny.
And that's why we have content.
Comedy.
Oh, goodness gracious. No, I don't want it smaller. I want it larger.
That's what he said.
Do not. And we're back in the blue. I really have no idea what's going on with this.
Oh, you'll figure it out. And besides, I'm going to take a couple of hours this week sometime to really help you with your computer, because you need help.
I apparently do.
And there's nothing wrong with admitting you need help.
No,
Everyone has their
not.
strengths.
There's absolutely nothing wrong. I agree with that.
That's just an open message. I'm not saying that you don't appreciate help. Jeez, just take everything so seriously and personally, why don't you?
I feel like you're really trying to get on my nerves here.
Oh, I live there.
On my nerves?
Yep. Do I not?
May I emphasize this face?
Hold on. Which face? Where am I seeing this face?
In the stream. I have 4 arrows on it right now.
Oh, the Spider-Man face. Yeah, no, I get that.
No, not the not the Spider-Man face. You.
That phone died. I'm gonna have to pull it up on this one. I am behind here. Give me a second.
Nope. Too late.
All right, fine. I won't bother pulling it up then. And then we'll just have to go with whatever design, whatever face I thought of in my mind. We're gonna go with that one. And I have to say, I don't get why you'd be giving me that face.
It was the Kill Kill Tina face. The one that I did earlier.
Which one?
The Kill La Kill Gurren Lagann Tina face.
The super shadowy one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah. The the Jack Nicholson face.
There you go.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
It's so creepy when he does that.
You can't tell me
Not in a good way.
I was about to say, you can't tell me that you're not turned on by it.
I'm totally telling you I'm not. That's a... Oh, jeez, I need a change of pants.
It's an official.
Hey, poop. What?
It's an official, like, I need help. Get me out of here.
I need an adult.
You are an adult.
Another adult.
Bullshit! Cornhole!
Holy crap, that's
Told
how
you,
voice
you're in spirit.
showed up.
Oh look, Ed showed up. No.
Totally here in spirit.
Oh, that dinner was so amazing.
I'm so glad.
Oh.
So where were we? Are we moving on to the next section?
We were still talking about tutorials a bit. I mean, I've got a couple more
Yeah.
games, if you guys don't mind me bringing up.
Please
a couple more
do.
Oh, do.
Do the do.
Did you guys ever play Alpha Protocol?
No.
No.
It was an RPG trying to do a spy game. I think it mostly succeeded. The major failing of Alpha Protocol was that it just wasn't very fun to play mechanics-wise. There was...
And that's half the game.
Yeah, it's like there's basically only two builds that work, and really only one of them works every time. The stealth pistol, which is just tedious, and the toughness martial arts run at everything and hope that you can punch them before they shoot you. But the tutorial was neat because what was really special about that game was the dialogue options, which basically fell into three categories of the three major spawns: Bond, Bourne, and who was the guy from 24?
You're asking the wrong person.
But basically,
24?
either professional, Bourne, suave, Bond, or aggressive, the 24 guy. Who's
Right,
in this
okay.
game. And what the tutorial did was like, hey, we know you've probably been playing some BioWare games which strongly encourage you to pick either like the good option or the bad option. These three, they don't fall into that. And in fact, there are different characters who want different things. And you're a spy. You don't have to pick the same one every time. In fact, maybe if you want to manipulate people, you should try and read their character and respond appropriately. If you're working with another professional spy, maybe don't be hitting him with the super aggressive or super suave options. Get him with the professional ones. Again, if you're working with someone, who maybe, can be easily intimidated, hit the aggressive ones. Go aggressive on them.
This sounds very LA Noir.
It also
It is.
it also reminds me of kind of like what's the game I'm thinking of? Dragon Age Origins.
Kind of.
Sounds okay.
That one was. That one was also a good one, and it was also very much like you kind of had to read the people you were talking to and pick from a list of options. That was Dragon Age Origins. Actually was kind of like the last one of those kinds of games made by a major studio in a long
not
time.
exactly.
Well, there was New Vegas
Mass
afterwards.
Effect, well, I was gonna say Mass Effect Andromeda had the not good and bad sides, but
True, but
a culmination of different options, different types of responses you can make that change how people react around you.
kind of. But there was always kind of one or two real outcomes with a lot of those.
Yeah, I will give it that.
When it boiled down, yes, you
Andromeda
could pick a variety of options, but it would boil down to. Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. It was fine.
Yeah.
It just. There are articles written about what's going on in the offices of BioWare that helps explain why that game and why Anthem is the way it is, and it's not pretty. Company
very
crunch
true.
is not good,
No.
and it makes for worse games.
Like THPS 5.
Yeah.
I had hopes. I was an OG THPS player. Which, by the way, those games, best tutorial levels.
Oh yeah.
You want to learn how to do it? Fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
All right, so I'm gonna have to break us off on this one. Be the basic moderator.
You are basic. Go on.
Shut. So we have. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this hair flow right. We don't have a lot of time left, but we had one last topic that I want to bring up, and it's practice. Why do some games hold your hand, some don't, and how that teaches us a little bit of life? Because games, like all media, sure, there are some that's just going to be your popcorn, just entertainment, but for the most part, I believe as a society we understand that there should be some sort of moral or learning lesson in entertainment and media. Because what are memes? What are memes? Communication. You know, we want to try to help each other and become better as a people. And so there are games that are out there that are just like, you just do a thing. It's dumb, you do a thing. It's fun, you do a thing. There's movies out there where it's like, you don't need to think about it. It's just dumb, it does a thing.
Sometimes you're just a farting frog.
Sometimes. But then even Speed Racer has like family morals in it.
Sure.
You know? So let's talk about now you guys go ahead and have a little bit of fun about whatever you want to talk about really quickly, because I gotta take a quick short break, but when I come back I want to really focus on this topic. All right?
Sure. For sure. Good luck in there.
And that's where we over here would say head into the can.
Exactly. But that's okay. He's earned it. He's been doing a lot of hard work. He has earned it. So.
He has earned it. So, I don't know. Where do you want to go with this?
I'm not sure either, so I'm going to actually bring up one last thing that I didn't get a chance to bring up with the last topic, since he's not here to stop us. The joke tutorial to Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Okay, I haven't played that one, but
it's a spin-off game. It's basically a big send-up of 90s cyberpunk, or at least sci-fi.
That was 80s. That was 80s.
80s
because Trials of the Blood Dragon was the 90s section.
That's right.
And that was the Trials game that was based off 90s. Thank you, Red Links.
There you go. But they had a tutorial for that one that they force you to play through.
Until he gets sick of the tutorial.
Well, no, he's immediately sick of it, because he's like basically his friend's like, yeah, just to kind of play a little practical joke on you, I'm going to upload the tutorial section of your cyborg programming, and now it's going to force you to just jump until you jump. And the whole time he's like, oh, just let me kill things already.
The studio that did it better than Duke Nukem did.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, because it's fun. It's a send up of all tutorials in a way, especially when the character is verbalizing the same thing that you as a player is thinking, like, really, you're going to explain to me the difference between walking and running? Really? Okay, game.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Actually, I feel like we need to have a section just on that. How annoying tutorials have gotten. I appreciate if you're playing something that is incredibly new. If you're playing something that's incredibly new and unique, like let's say, out of nowhere, you try Factorio. There is so much going on in that. There is so much you need to learn that, yes, tutorials are a godsend. But when you're playing, your umpteenth first-person shooter, why do I have to waste my first hour of gameplay doing the same thing over and over? Also, unskippable cutscenes.
Oh my god, I hate those. I hate those so much.
Whole other topic right there. That is a rabbit hole we could fall down.
Not today.
I hate
we'll
those
save this for another one.
so much.
I look, no disagreement here. No disagreement from me. They are the doghouse worst. They are ice cream in a hot summer dumpster bad.
It's like,
my
come
God.
on, just give me a controller. I'll push buttons and I'll figure this shit out myself.
Worse, they
Mega
put
Man.
those like right after a save, so that when you lose a boss fight, you have to sit through the entire. Kingdom Hearts 1 is guilty of this.
Oh my
Kingdom Hearts 1 is so guilty of it.
Kingdom Hearts.
That fight with Riku, with the dark hula skirt Riku. That's what it looks like.
Yes.
Sorry, but
It's Kingdom Hearts 1. If you haven't played it yet, you're no.
It's
Just no.
It's fun. It's fine, but it has aged poorly.
and there's that whole fight with an entire cutscene that you can't skip. And you have to watch it every time you lose. You will memorize that entire cutscene.
I think that's part. I think that's part of their thing is like they want you to memorize it.
Got it memorized.
So tell me, did I make her her pants pudgy enough? Do you think I got the thickness pumped out? You think I got my point across?
You got the muffin top kind of going.
I think I need to add a little bit more to her leg here, her thigh, just to emphasize her thickness. As much as I like how I drew it.
Girls who have a healthy amount of weight are so much better looking.
Yes.
Like if you don't have a little bit of a belly, even though you can be built, but if you don't have a bit of a belly and you're just like Arnold Schwarzeneggering it, that's just a little much for me.
That's what I love about the old Frank Frazetta drawings. Like, yes, they are super cheesecake of like barbarian babes and dudes, but he always do them with just like a little bit of a tummy. Like, check him out. It's true.
Beauty.
It's good.
Absolute beauty.
It's good.
Okay, so let's get back to our original topic.
I got me doing it.
We were talking and ranting on tutorials. How I'm not sure if you were quite here in time, but mandatory tutorials that take up so much of your time and hold your hand through the whole thing when the mechanics have been drilled into you since PS1 days.
Oh yeah, no, it's obnoxious.
It is A to the noxious.
Yeah, there's no complaint there. I that's exactly when I showed when I came back.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I had brought up Far Cry Blood Dragon making fun of tutorials by forcing the character in game to go through a tutorial for his cyborg system, and going like,
and then
just let me kill things already.
And
Stop explaining to me the difference between walking and running. I understand.
We've already discussed this. We don't need the viewers to hear it again.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Anyway, hey, look. If you're gonna call me out on my rants, I can call you guys out on other bullshit.
Do it.
All right. So practice.
Do it.
Why do some games hold your hand, and some games don't? And how does this reflect how we teach each other, as first, parents teaching children and game designers teaching society, how to do?
I honestly prefer a hands-off approach to both parenting and anything else. Not hands-off as in disappear. Hands-off as in, all right, you want to learn how to do something. The best way you're going to learn is by getting your hands dirty. Give it a try.
Yep.
I notice you're having an issue, I can give you some pointers, but you need to learn it out on your own. Otherwise, it's going to be me telling you how to do it, and you're not going to remember.
I agree. If I may bring... Well, so I think there are some points that, though, need to be addressed.
When it's a matter of safety, of course.
There's not like for example, the difference between it's like the difference between grade school, high school, and college.
First two are free. The third one puts you in debt for the rest of your life.
Well, don't really, come on. You know, for kids, like you need to, we do, like this is how our species works. Like we do need to teach what we have learned.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these are the basic things that we've learned. So some games, for example, say Mario, like original OG Mario, you got two buttons. Well, technically you have 5
exempting
buttons.
the directional buttons. Yes.
Yes.
2 buttons.
You have jump and you have move.
Oh, don't forget you have your momentum and
right,
and power up button as well.
Okay. Now there are other games out there, like for example, you know, the good old fashioned old school 90s like Barney and those kind of games where it's like, hey, we need to find our friends. Where are our friends? You know,
You
like
must gather your party before you proceed.
You know, like
So Dora the
like the
video game.
leapfrogs, like the leapfrog games.
Mm-hmm.
All of those games are fantastic because they do teach children how to use a computer or how to use a tablet. And they do it through a game.
Yeah.
And it's a safe game that you can't really connect to online. So it's a completely safe environment, like a playground. So there is a point and purpose where they're like, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. Now, I grew up in a time where, and I think we all did grow up in this time, where if I wanted to play a game on the computer as a little kid, like, and I'm talking 4 years old, I had to put a floppy disk into the drive and run
a floppy drive into the disk.
Shut the. I had to put the floppy disk into the drive and run command prompt and learn how to type it. So somebody had to teach me how to do that. And then once that boots up, it says, you know, like, select your video driver, select your audio driver. Okay. I had to learn how to do that.
And you barely knew how to read at the time.
That's the thing. My mother taught me how to... Basically, she was reading to me as soon as I was born. Like, she was just reading to me in the hospital itself. So when I got to kindergarten, I already knew how to read, and it pissed off my fellow students, and it also drove my teacher nuts. Because I was doing things as she was writing it before she told the kids what to do. I'm just like,
would you stop explaining my life already? Like, seriously, that is so annoying.
This is me. This is what happened to me growing up.
Ugh.
So it's like, okay, Mario, you run, jump. Super Mario Super Mario World, run, jump. What's this question mark thing? Oh, this is telling me how to do a thing. All right, that's kind of cool.
Oh,
that's
the speaker boxes, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. Then you get to games like, you know, Super Mario 64, where, yes, this is a brand new platform. It's completely different. So they give you that entire area at the beginning, and that's World 1-1, essentially. When you first pop out of the pipe. All you have to do is get to the front of the castle. And that teaches you everything you need to know about the controls. And then you find the room then you find that you can open up rooms. But they still say you have to press a button to open up a door. Okay. Then you find the door that shows you the room with the mirror, and that shows you Lakito with the with the camera to show you exactly how the camera works and operates. So
but that didn't come until quite a ways later, actually.
Well, still,
but still, like, it taught you everything and brought you through.
They are kind of holding your hand a little bit, you know.
But it's not in your face.
No, they definitely do not throw it in your face. Then you get games like How to Play, where it's like, well, what game was it that it annoyed me at first, but I actually wasn't against it.
I don't know. You'll have to tell us.
RJ, help me out here.
You're gonna have to help me first because I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I'm going to help you. Anime themed, purple-haired girl.
Oni, loved it, owned it.
Yep, right there. Oni.
I wanted to touch on that earlier, but you just brought it up. Oni, yes. Oh my God, yes.
That tutorial actually wasn't bad. That was not a bad tutorial.
The tutorial was good. The game was complex. It was a first-person shooter mixed with an action RPG, and it was incredible.
It wasn't first-person. It was third-person.
That's what I said. Third-person shooter with RPG third-person action.
Correct. It was a complex game, and that's where it's like, okay, no, they definitely needed to teach you how to play the game, and they did so by doing it.
And Bungie is incredible for a reason.
It's like, okay, let's show you how to play the game. Let's show you how the controls work. You know, but they did it in a way that wasn't offensive because it made it feel like, hey, look,
we're playing an anime.
Yeah, you just woke up from a thing, so here's your basic training, and if you can get past this, then you're on to your first mission. And that's good. That's real good.
And they also gave you the option to skip it.
Yes.
Also good.
If you knew what you were doing,
like,
you could
if you've
skip
already
the
played,
tutorial.
if you've already played the game before, then you can choose to do so. Or if you just want to go all balls out and just go, oh yeah, I got this, and then try to learn the hard way.
That's an option too.
That's an option too. Now we have the Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I swear, if you say Cuphead is the Dark Souls of side-scrolling platformers, I will stab you.
I wasn't even.
Which has a fun tutorial.
I was not gonna go there at all.
Yeah.
You can absolutely skip the tutorial in Cuphead.
I wasn't gonna go there at all.
Good.
You put that in. You.
I'm sorry. I deal with people making that comparison so often. It is annoying.
All right. Well then, folks, don't.
Now who's saying sorry?
You say sorry then.
Folks, we're sorry we're saying sorry.
I'm not.
says the Canadian.
Yeah, sorry.
Who's been condemning the Americans for saying sorry.
Yeah, it's our thing. Screw off. You got enough of your own things. Let us have one.
All right, fine. Then we'll just take our guns and do our gun thing.
Yeah, you can take your guns and do your gun thing. We'll apologize and have a good military. Thanks.
No, thanks. I'd rather take the Gundam.
Okay. All right.
Gundam is good.
Right. I give it to you. I admit defeat.
I am.
Thank you.
I am super excited for the Gundam statue that's gonna show up at the Japanese Olympics.
Yes.
I am so stoked.
It's gonna be good.
It's like, Japan, you are going to go full Japan on us, aren't you? And they're like, yes, we are.
No, they're gonna go. No, they're more like hype.
Oh, that's also very Japan.
Yeah.
Just own the hype. It's not gonna...
One word answers.
Yep. All right. But yeah, no, Dark Souls. It's a game that, and not just Dark Souls. What was the PlayStation? What was the PlayStation? Bloodborne. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that game teaches you just like, okay, you have the room, you have the little house that you start off in, and you learn the basic controls, but they don't actually tell you exactly what to do.
No.
You can ask.
And even then, it comes up in pop-ups.
You can ask the person in the room what to do. Otherwise, it's just you push buttons and figure out what to do. If you die, you're dead, and then you start over again.
Yep.
And that's how the rest of the game plays out, because that's how the game is. You have to learn from trial and error. And folks, you can learn everything you want from college. You can learn everything that you want from basic training and training from from your jobs. But to be honest, you're not really gonna know a thing unless you do it. And that's why I say, like, there's a time and place for each of these games to, like, just, like, there's your Barney or your leapfrogs, you know?
Yeah.
And you're a frog leap.
Your face is a leap to a frog.
Hey-o.
Boom.
Gotcha.
Swing and a hit.
And then you get a little bit farther up and you play a game like Mario, where it's like, okay, this is how you play the game. By playing the game. But you have to keep your wits about you, because, I'm sorry, there is no actual easy Mario game.
No. Yeah.
Every Mario game is extreme. Like, if it has a learning curve, and it does become difficult, and the success is actually completing, like the pleasure you get, which is what makes video games so potent and enjoyable, is the success from learning how to play the game and how to do it properly. That's why you get those endorphins. That's why it can be such an addictive drug.
Okay, all of a sudden I feel like I really need to listen to Medicate by Theory of a Dead Man right now.
Alright, so I've got Tina's legs here, and I think that I need to... Perfect. There we go.
Yes, you are.
Some nice boots.
Almost there. Almost there. There we go. There we go. That's gonna be tasty.
Thighs for days.
Yeah, you gotta get that squish in. You gotta get that squish. You gotta get that squish in there, because you know what? That extra level of thickness is attractive. And a lot of people agree with that.
Thick.
Okay, almost done with this. Well, actually, let me also discuss a little bit about board games and how they teach about life a little bit.
Sure.
Let's bring up the good old-fashioned Chutes and ladders.
Absolutely. What about it?
Chutes and ladders, you have no control over the game.
Everything is honestly chance or a boon or a detriment to your to your setup, based entirely on luck.
Mm-hmm.
And each culture has a version of chutes and ladders. Like it's one
Yeah,
of the,
Canadians have snakes and ladders.
Yes, snakes and ladders, chutes and ladders. There's version. I'm not joking. There are almost every culture in the world has a version of this game.
Well, SpongeBob has eels and escalators.
And what it does is that when you look
Not
at
even
each
allowed.
culture's version, they each reflect their culture a little bit. Like for example, the American chutes and ladders really emphasizes on capitalism.
Sure.
A lot on capitalism. And you know, and it's true. The whole point of the game is saying you really don't have control of what's going to happen in your life. And the fact that every culture owns that and has that as a game for children is interesting. I can't decide if it's a method.
That's better than a Ouija board for kids.
Oh, please. Ouija board. Okay, let's talk about Ouija for a second. Ouija is hilarious. Everybody can go so like we don't even touch that shit because, you know, it's too creepy. It's summoning demons. No. It's a look, I'm going to spoil it for everybody. I'm sorry. It's a game to basically spoof off the kids that are, or the other players that are, you know, superstitious.
Right.
You get two people who are in on the joke.
It's a grift.
And you get the third person on the other triangle, and they can feel, every player can feel where the hand is going. And each person slightly guides it in a certain way. And then you start to get the idea of like, oh, okay, so he's thinking this and she's thinking that. Okay, let's move it over here. Let's move it over here. It's nothing more than a prank. That's literally what it is, folks. There's nothing demonic about it.
It's a grift.
Yes. Exactly. It's like RJ, what's the old like Boy Scout and camp prank that we
the snipe hunt?
Yeah, the snipe hunt.
Never heard about this.
That's all it is. It's a snipe hunt.
It's a way to get the annoying little kids out of your camp for a few hours, and then you go and smear toothpaste on their faces, and then they wake up with dried toothpaste on their faces in the morning.
Yep.
And it's a big larf.
Yep. Nope. So those of you out there, I'm sorry, I've spoiled it for you. And I've spoiled it for those who know how the game works. But yep, nope. Ouija board is just a prank. That's all it is, and it's a fun one.
Same as asking them to go out and find a left-handed smoke shifter, or a
my personal favorite is at work when you ask somebody to hold on, let me write it out so I can remember what it is. Oh yeah, no, I remember what it is. Tell them to go through the files and look for the IDT10 form.
No, ID10T. I use that at my work all the time.
Oh yeah. ID10T.
There's the
That's right, the ID10T form. That's another
the
good
high altitude bacon stretcher. Another good one.
Headlight fluid.
Oh yeah, that
Headlight
Don't
fluid.
forget, pick up headlight fluid. Don't want your headlight fluid to get low.
Oh man, Sean Rowland had a story from I think either basic or when he was deployed of actually getting someone with that. They actually genuinely believed
Yes.
there was.
No, he told me. Yes, he told me that story too.
Yeah, he actually got somebody.
I almost fell for it at work for the ID10T.
ID10T. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, and I stopped and I went, wait a minute. And I wrote it out, and I'm like, and I came back, and I just walked back to my manager, and I literally just straight up said, "Fuck you," and he just started cracking up.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's Ouija board. That's Ouija board. That's all it is. That's literally
Ouija
all
board
it
is
is.
ID10T.
Yeah.
Ouija board is ID10T.
Yep.
That's for teenagers at sleepovers.
Yep. Yep. There's nothing magical or special about it. It's just so funny that so many people are just like actually still scared of it. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, people just never learn.
Which is the whole point of this episode. Learning.
Yep.
Yay, learn. I got to learn.
How does one learn life? Why do we create games? Games are a safe environment, a playground, to understand the realms of being human and understanding how life works in a safe environment. And also, experimenting with, well, if this situation actually happened, like something that, like, say somebody pisses us off, is this the appropriate action to take? You know, if you know, that's kind of like that's what I like about Mass Effect, because it really does give you a lot of freedom. And the question is do you take said action against a person? Is it appropriate? Then there are games where it's just like the whole point is just simply to take revenge. Well, that's a safe environment for you to just unleash that rage. That's your popcorn game, folks.
Sure.
Either way, games teach us a lot, not only about life, but about ourselves, and help us with basic eye-to-hand coordination and how to do. So, I'm almost done with this picture with Tina. I think I've got the inking practically done.
Looking great.
I think we have about 30 more minutes. You guys, because we started, what, 6:15?
About, yeah.
Or 3:15?
Yeah.
So we've got about...
Wow, look at him already converting to my time.
So one of the things that I like to do at this point of the drawing is actually zoom in. Now that I have the basic line art working, this is when I really like to work on the line art, because the line art really adds the character. I would suggest actually keeping the thicker lines on the outside. Notice how I'm not doing this, but I'm just simply adding over the contour. Now, it's important when it comes to the ears to have that little flick. So I'm not going to really touch much of that. But I'm going to emphasize it. So just overlaying the ink. Any word from our folks on the stream?
Nope. Looks like there's been no new information added.
They've just been watching diligently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, Clavage did. Clavage did. Once again, let's talk. While I'm doing this, why don't you go ahead and throw out our socials, Sasha.
I think I've officially checked out. Tell me again what I need to do.
Like our Twitter handles and our Discords and that kind of stuff.
Oh, geez. Well, those all exist. I don't have them handy. Way to throw me under the bus there, bud.
I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Coop Cheese, COOP _ cheese, CHEESE. That's at Twitter. So at Coop _ cheese, Coop like Mini Cooper.
Yep.
And Sasha, what's your Twitter?
That's a good question. I think it's just at Sasha Paz. So
Sasha Paz with only one Z.
Z. SASHAPAWZ.
Okay. What's a good way to contact our sponsor, the folks that like to do nerd
that would
and game,
be through Twitter.
Nerd and game-centric apparel?
Yes, that would be True Apparel. TRUAPPAREL, the number 1, and that is on Twitter.
You can contact them also on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
RJ, you're welcome to share your contacts if you like, but you're free to elect to not.
No, that's okay. If people wish to find me on Twitter, I am just at _Magnum, all one word, DASHMAGNUM, at twitter.com. I'm not super active there, but that's okay. I will occasionally retweet cool things I see, be that art or links or other cool stuff. Occasionally cute gifs about cats.
Cat gifts.
Can't get enough of them. That's that.
Okay, this is something that's bugging me here. This mouth. I really like how I did the mouth. Like, it's a great curve. But I want there to be a... I'm trying to figure out how to maybe... Okay, I think I got it.
There you go.
That is a very sassy look.
Damn, Tina. Okay.
Well, of course, thank you. Would you expect any less of me?
Not really. Alright, let's...
Great as always.
Let's get
I feel like she's missing her quarterstaff. With that kind of a look, it looks like she needs her quarterstaff.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not going to have the time to add that in for the show.
No, you won't.
But for the final piece, maybe, or do whatever you want. It is your artwork.
Exactly. No, I think I'm just going to have her just standing there confidently. Just like, this is the... Because remember, I did the 10-year meme.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I feel like this is something that, like, truly defines Tina right now. Like, she was practicing hard with her music. She, at one point, you know, she was, you know, kind of a goofy character at one point. And this point, she knows who she is. She knows what she wants. She knows what she wants to be. And she's going to own every bit of it.
And a confident lady is very sexy.
Yes, it is. Or yes, she is. I mean, look. Okay, no, that's not a topic to dive into right now.
You gotta start wrapping it up.
Well, I want to finish this drawing, but I mean, I feel like...
What more do you need to do to it at this point?
Well, let's take a look. Oof. 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 Oof.
All the oof.
Wow. Damn, she good. Oh, I need to add details to the pants, and I need to add her hand. So we still have 10 more minutes.
Whew.
I know
You and these long ass streams.
Everyone's getting tired of these three. You know what? Let's just agree. Like, it's a 3-hour stream. That's all.
It's fine. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a 3-hour stream.
Yeah.
Just another 3-hour stream where we're talking about junk. So, what are some concepts maybe that we could? Or do you want to wrap thing? Do you want to like try to like recap some stuff, or do you think that that'd be beating a dead horse?
No, we can do a quick. Again, this was a 3-hour stream. We covered a lot of topics. We can do a quick recap, 10-minute recap.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
Not a bad idea.
There we go. So then, recap. Using first hour, I talked about drawing art, and here I am drawing the crotchal region of my character on screen. Okay. Well,
only you make it sound weird.
It's true. It's like it's really not weird. You know, folks, if you're trying to learn how to draw, learn from the best. Basically, copy your inspirations. Don't claim it as your own, but definitely use that as inspiration. Definitely use that as something that you can use for... Okay, I'm done with that. Also, very basic shapes. Just notice how the world is built. A lot of basic shapes, a lot of simple shapes, and you can work around that. Use inspirations from real life, use inspirations from art styles that you really enjoy, and artists that you enjoy. People have done that for years. And once again, as I'm showing you here, there's a lot of circles, there's a lot of squiggles. Tina's head was essentially made of 3 circles and a triangle. 3 circles and 3 circles and 3 triangles. I mean, look at this. 3 circles and 3 triangles. 1 circle, 2 circle, there's a circle.
3
triangle, triangle. No.
Oh, I had a Family Guy cutaway flashback there.
and definitely learn from the best. Nothing wrong with copying.
Nothing wrong with learning from the not so good either.
Yeah.
That's true. You don't have to learn from the best. Just if you happen
Learn
to
from Coop.
if you happen to really like that art style, because we're all memeing together. We really all are. Whatever your meme is, be it music, be it drawing, be it just straight up internet memeing, or be it
Coding,
YouTubing,
driving. There's a lot of
doing,
things that are
human,
that are
things that
yeah.
are required for people to do. To quote Ego Raptor.
Yes.
So, yeah.
What are the odds we could get him to guest for like a half hour on one of our shows?
We'd have to get a lot of money for that.
Oh, we would. Would we ever? His time is precious.
Of course. His time is very precious. And you know what? He's worked hard. And
yes.
Everything,
he's earned everything he's gotten.
Absolutely. And everything that I have explained, he's explained too. And that's how he's gotten his success.
By learning.
By doing.
Indeed.
And that's how you do. That's how you do. You learn and you do. And we all, every single one of us, grow off of the shoulders of others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just what's important.
Yeah, we reproduce by budding.
Wow. Okay.
Well, hey, you're the one who said we grow off the shoulders of others, so I just picture, a little head. Hey, I'm growing off your shoulder.
There you go.
Also, tutorials, fun stuff that how we can teach games. There are some basic ones for basic games. There are some really great games out there, like what was it? You said Undertale?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my
That
gosh, Undertale's good.
That really capture the story and explain it in a way without being obnoxious, saying how to play.
Well, I mean, the first area was a little obnoxious, but at the same time, it was designed that way on purpose.
Yes.
But it was cute. It was adorable.
Yes,
front to back.
that's why it wasn't obnoxious.
Exactly.
Thank you. So, there are ways to teach someone and tell someone how to do something without just being an asshole about it.
I'm not talking educational games, fucking Mavis Bacon.
Mavis
Number
Bacon. Number Muncher.
Well,
we keep getting him back on topic. Gosh dang it.
Well, I mean,
folks,
say,
pay me
me
for artwork. Go to our Patreon and give us money so we can get Ego Raptor on the freaking show.
Yes. Yes, there's the promotional boost we need.
There's always a little bit of a light hair flare right there. Maybe a little bit of one there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Almost there.
Jolly good. Good show.
There we go.
Nearly there. And there we go.
There we go, folks. We had a complete. Hold up. Let's see how the.
Oh.
Let's see how. Yep. Nope. Yep. We did it.
And there we go. Woo!
Damn, she's a babe.
Nice.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, she's a babe. Right there. That's how you do.
Insert tooting horn reference here.
Actually, hold up.
See, this is why being involved with a perfectionist is sometimes a downside, because like, oh, it looks great. Wait, I want to add like 80 different things to this.
But
but
no,
this,
actually,
but that, but.
Yeah, almost there.
Stay on target.
Almost there.
I can't shake him.
Standing by. Red October standing by.
Red Lobster
Stepped on his
standing
cheek.
by.
Red Fox standing by.
Damn, she's looking fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a woman right there.
I believe if only we could secure the rights, this would be the time that yeah would play.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of securing rights, Tina is actually copywritten.
That's right.
So it's not like a simple OC do not steal. No.
She doesn't look anything like a Sonic character.
She is copywritten. That's a good one. Oh man, I feel confident with this.
It looks amazing. As always.
There's a few things that I would change. Like for example, this area right here. Hold on. We have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I promise.
We'll be lucky if my phone battery holds out for this long.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you can find this picture in our Discord. We'll put the Discord link, if we can actually get a link that will sustain and not,
Expire. There's literally a button that says set this link to do not expire.
Shut your mouth.
I will not. Thank you very much.
Dude, I think I got it. Bruh, I think I got it. Oh, that is such a thick leg. That is so nice. Hold on, let me pull back.
Just pull out a little bit and take a look.
It's still not right because it's not low enough.
You'll get it. You have time after the stream to finish it.
I know. But I'll post the final picture. Anyway, I think this was a lovely show. Thank y'all for sticking through all 3 hours of it. Fantastic. And please do share this show, share the fun, share the love, and share True Apparel 1 at True Apparel 1. That's at TRUAPPAREL1 on Twitter. They provide nerd and gaming centric apparel. You can contact them on Facebook and Instagram. And if you don't have a picture ready for them to print on their wonderfully comfortable stock, then come to us first so that we can make it for you. There it is.
They do also have a bunch of designs made ahead of time as well with their company logo, which look all fantastic.
Oh yeah, definitely. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, boys and girls, for watching. And until next time, I don't have anything to make a noise.
Until next time, Stay safe out there.
That works.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.